We're live. It's live, everyone. If you're here, you are
I should go get my stuff.
extremely early. You're extremely early if you're here. Mia's not even here yet. She's never been here. I got this new Moxfield profile open. We're ready to do some deck audits live right now for you.
Hi, buddy.
Noisy Noivern says, Dad. Nope, it's me, Beezy.
That's your long-lost son.
Dad?
Treat him nicely. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
What's up, Luke? Guppy? Got some deck audits today.
Thank
Kinda
you guys
excited.
so much for joining. We really appreciate it. I see some old faces, some new faces. Thanks for joining. Thanks for chatting.
Noisy Novern clarifies, nope, you are my dad.
Yeah, see? I told you.
How old are you? Because that's... You teach me the ways of MTG. Well, you know what? I think there's a channel on YouTube that does, like... It's a guy who, like, grew up without a dad, so he just shows you how to do a bunch of stuff that a dad would show you. It's really cute. So that could be me for Noisy Noivern.
I was like,
How to change...
I've met your dad.
How to change a faulty ramp
Thank you
spell.
so much, Steven. I'm going to put the... What's it called? I'm going to put the email right in here, and you can send it over.
Steven knows what's up. We haven't even explained the rules yet. Steven's been here before.
Yeah. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, exactly. So the general vibe, the rules, we're going to be hanging out, upgrading, auditing decks live, submitted by you for the Super Chats denominations above. Once the queue fills up to about 20, we're going to just plow through. It's going to be great.
Also, Beezy is everyone's magic dad.
I am the Magic Dad, despite me being younger than, like, probably like 75% of Magic players.
That's okay. It's you don't have to be older than them to be their dad.
That's true. I'm the dad who stepped up. I'm not the stepdad.
Stop.
What's your favorite saying?
No, I'm just saying that I said it once as a joke in this one show we were watching, and then they actually said it like 30 seconds later.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Noisy Noivern, you actually are our age.
So we could be brothers.
No, that's your son. Didn't
Sorry,
you just listen?
Sorry, no, that's my son. I'm sorry,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you. You have to send us a super chat of $10 or more to get your deck audited, and then we make changes based on how much money you sent.
Yes,
It is
otherwise, there's no prerequisite. You just have to be willing to go into a queue, which is currently just one person.
Yeah, we would prefer if they're commander decks because that's our specialty, but I guess if you want like Pioneer or something, we can't stop you.
If you would like fatherly advice, we got that too. Just
I'm
for
sending
today.
it over.
Oh, Mia's sending me the first deck already. Wowzers.
1 second, you are far down in my chat.
Oh, cool. Appreciate that.
Well, we don't talk that
Guess
much.
we don't talk much anymore.
We don't. You're not that cool. Have a go with my Necrons deck.
Okay.
Yes,
We
you
will
are
do
the
that.
Q.
All right, and as usual, this brand new thing we've been doing.
It's a 5 changer.
When you submit your deck and get into the queue, I will clickbait it for you. So do we have any stipulations or things that Steven sent us?
I don't know, it's Necron, so do you want to say
Just
like
Necrons.
Universe is beyond too overpowered? Also Guppy. We also had a white elephant that we have to participate in. Thank you so much, Traveler, adding you to the queue right now.
Thank you.
Regarding a deck for $40 or under, I would say that dice rolling's really fun. What would you say if they had to build a Secret Santa deck $40 or under?
I would build something linear and put a lot of card draw in it, just so that whoever it is, like, they know the game plan and they're not going to get flooded. So I would probably play something with like 38 lands, just like I go really high on it. Put a bunch of card draw, like maybe 15 or something extra, so they're never going to flood.
Thank you so much, Nismart.
Yeah, I just make
Nismarty,
sure
I think, added to the queue. And thank
functional.
you so much, Luke, added to the queue also.
Okay, the queue is filling up fast, folks. So is the little chat room. We got 54 people watching. Hi, everyone. All right. I see it. I see Imotekh here. He says that when one or more artifact cards leave your graveyard, you get 2/2/2s. And at the beginning of combat, another target artifact gets +2/+2 menace. So this is deck 45 artifacts. We're going deep.
Yeah, got you, Traveler. Send it over.
This actually just looks like mostly the precon with a few cards updated, which is fine with us, right?
That's not bad.
Do you have any Necron, like... I mean, we probably need more...
Specific Necron tech?
I was going to say more instants. There's only 3.
Did they keep the fog in here? I don't think so, right?
No, they kept... Yeah, Defile, Go for the Throat, and Deadly Rollick. Deadly Rollick's a good ad. This feels like you open some, like, Double Masters, Commander Masters, pick some sweet cards from there.
Hello, Rick Comma Morty. Yes, you're gonna send it to my email. I'm gonna drop the email in again.
That means their name is Morty Rick. Rick, comma Morty.
Rick, comma Morty.
Dread Return, classic. All right, let's open our trusty Scryfall.
And thank you so much, Nabate. I think that's how I would say it. 10. Rick.
Let's see. Are we looking for rampies? Soul Ring, Signet, Medallion's great.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining, then.
4, 5.
I'm liking the KCI and Bolus the Citadel.
Yeah, those are really, really good.
Regarding Game of Thrones, I've never seen it. I don't watch that much TV, so I would say no, but that's just because I wouldn't be hyped about it. What about you, B?
Game of Thrones Universe Beyond?
They're just like, what are your thoughts?
Oh, like, I find that show a little boring. I don't know. It feels like they're trying too hard to get my attention. And then I just don't want to give them any attention.
I got you. Yeah, I think I'm really hyped with the Fallout Universes Beyond, honestly. I think that's super cool. I would want Destiny, that I say. Like, if Pokemon didn't have its own trading card game, I would love a Pokemon one. But they already do, so.
Yeah, we're going to cut Resurrection Orb first. It's, like, really slow. I mean, I think, Mia, you specifically don't like this card.
That's a lot of mana to equip. Not a big fan.
Yeah, I think I remember you hating on it a little bit. Unearth. I love Unearth, but I don't know if it's at home here in, like, an artifact deck. It's kind of, to me, it feels like a cantrip type thing where I think I'd rather just play another artifact. Crypto Throw, Hexproof. You can cast an artifact. Yeah, a lot of these Warhammer cards are like on the brink. They're not awful, but I'm not a big fan of some of them. I'm trying to make sure there's no like really stinky ones. Tap X, untap artifacts you control.
We're auditing on Moxfield, and you can send them over once you've sent a super chat, and then I will like add you to our queue.
Get rid of Plasmancer. We don't need to search for swamps. That won't be necessary. Oh my god, Psychomancer.
Yes, it does have the dash in it.
You can draw cards, okay.
Traveler, I did get your email.
Choose
we are not based out of
artifact.
Buffalo. They used to be based out of Buffalo.
When it dies, return it.
No, we're not in college. We actually graduated a couple years back.
A little pricey for my tastes. I'm going to cut that. Yeah, we've been graduated for a minute. I mean, I'm a father now, so.
Yes, a father of multiple YouTube
I guess for those who haven't been watching the whole time, no, I'm not. I'm a honorary MTG dad.
Yeah.
For that one guy in chat.
Thank you so much, Tate. Added to chat. Or queue.
Added your queue to chat. We will soon be upgrading your chat. Trazen has activated I feel like Trazen is like one of those cards that's either your commander or you just don't play it.
Thank you so much, Zotmaster. And no, we're not in New York at the moment.
Whew. I'm allergic to artifacts. Okay.
That's awful.
I guess.
Get well soon, idiot.
What? Whoa. What? Squeeze me. That was not necessary.
Yeah, probably not. This is a 5-changer.
Yeah, I feel like we want maybe... We've got like 6 rocks. That's not...
Probably not enough.
That's like close. We're close.
Yeah, we're closing in. Do we want...
They got Arcane Signet, Gem Medallion, Mind Stone, and Soul Ring. Those are the only rocks. So like...
I mean, there's Arcane. We could do like a Thought Vessel if you want like a cheap one.
Yeah, Thought Vessel's probably okay. I mean, we kind of want stuff in our graveyard, though. I'd rather just I think I'd rather play an artifact that just wasn't even... Like Everflowing Chalice. Yeah. That's a good one.
This is the only way you can pay through Super Chat. We might do something with Patreon in the future. But right now, it's only Super Chat. Okay.
Okay. Let's jog our memory here. Maybe we try to narrow this down a little bit. Scrap Trawler, I'm pretty sure that's in here. Yep,
yeah,
Scrap Trawler.
Scrap so good.
Well, if we want Scrap Trawler, you should probably have Mere Retriever. With KCI, it's actually a combo. You don't have to do that, but
I was like, we will make as many changes as you send money. So later, if you say make 5 more changes and you send like $10 more, we will just go back to it, Steven.
We have the technology.
Whatever, yeah, I was like, whatever you think is best. Milliken, they ask.
Milliken could be good.
Not bad.
Does fill up the graveyard. I'm a big Perpetual Timepiece fan, but I don't think we're that invested in Mill.
Thoughts on Babala Saga for White Elephant? BZ did make a Babala Saga deck, I think, at one point, and we could, like...
Joe's boyfriend did.
Oh, okay. And never really... Did Christian, like, ever really get it to work?
I don't know. I think it was like a budget deck, and it did okay. I remember it doing distinctly okay. Praetorian, yeah. Some of this stuff is, like, not jumping out at me. Let's see. I want to look up my artifact deck. Wow, someone made a deck called the Nitpicking Nerds Are Poopy?
Wow.
JK? What is this? What is this?
You say poop a lot.
Oh, Virus Beetle is good. I do like Virus Beetle. Meteor Golem might be something to consider. Black is not so good at answering artifacts and enchantments.
Yeah, I got your email, Nabate. I just sent one back. And the only person I'm waiting for right now is Tate's.
Wow, check out this deck. I know we're getting off track, but I dedicate this deck to the Nitpicking Nerds. Commander, Grave Titan. Oh yeah, we should comment. I already did. This deck seems pretty good, but have you considered a better commander? Wow. Look at me go.
Aren't you like, aren't we getting paid to do something?
I'm looking for
Also,
my own Ashnod deck.
Also, he said make it a 10 changer then.
Okay, so we will...
Also, we follow ourselves. That's the only person we follow on this account.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, well, alright, well, here it is. And But see, I don't know how to, like... So...
I'll just send it
Ashnod,
to you. Hold on.
Flesh, I can find it.
Okay.
Easy's personal
Thank you so
deck.
much, Cleme and Seth. Thank you so much. You guys are both added to queue.
See, here it is. What have I been super happy with? Because I obviously have pulled up the deck that I have, which is a mono black artifact deck. I don't see Sad Robot in here, so that's probably something I'll add. Oh, I don't think Flayed One is very good. I think I'll get rid of Egon now that we're here with an extra cuts to spare. It enters the battlefield with a counter on it. No, I really don't like that guy. Artifact Pumps is like, okay, totally fine. Dread Return. Make dudes. Oh, Beacon of Unrest, that can go. That is not necessary.
I really like Their Name is Death. It was a good addition to this set in general.
Yeah, it's $6. I didn't think it was that expensive.
I mean, I don't know if you want to add it in, but the Throne is a pretty good mana rock for monocolored, but I don't know if it's too expensive for this deck.
This one?
The Throne of Eldraine.
It's another Throne of Eldraine.
It's another monocolored mana rock.
Like taps for 4, right?
Yeah. I just didn't know what your thoughts on it were.
Could be an option. If you like it, we'll add it.
I haven't played enough with it. It was just something I thought about.
Well, it's like $21, so the tiebreaker will be we'll cut it, just because that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
Just straight up reanimate in here.
Marionette Master's a great one.
I don't think this guy's really worth the price either. 5 mana is a lot to give Menace. How do you feel about this dude? Is like tap your artifacts to make someone lose X, but it's only target opponent?
I don't like it in Commander, at least.
Get him out of here.
Yeah.
I don't know where else you would like it.
I'm happy that Throne is working for you. I just, haven't seen it live yet, so... I definitely... I want to reserve judgment before I, actively see it being played.
Alright, so we trimmed some of the weaker, 40k cards. That's what we mostly got rid of. What did I just say that would have been good?
Do we want, a sack outlet like Visceracy or something?
Sack outlets are cool. Maybe you want... Where is it? My boy, Thermal Navigator. I have actually kind of liked the Thermal Navigator in this black style deck.
Thank you so much, Andrew. It is $10 or more for a deck edit. So if you send 5 more, then we can do 5 changes.
All right, Can't Affect Spider seems like a no-brainer, right? Just artifacts. Artifacts entering, draw your cards. Okay, so these are all cards I have liked. Of Monumental Corruption, if your artifact count gets high enough, you can just kill somebody. But if it's a normal amount, like 5 or 6, then you could just draw those cards. And there's also Terracier's Devastation. It makes a bunch of Power Stones, and you get to just kill everything. Minions Murmurs is cool, Gix's Command is cool, but...
Thank you so much, Tate. Just got your email.
Maybe you also then want, Cranial Plating Nettlecyst. That could be good for you. Altar of Dimension.
Gotcha, Andrew. Thank you. Yeah,
Altar's
just send it
perfect.
over. I'll put the email in chat again.
You've got cards that can already like you already had Nim Deathmantle and Krark Clan Ironworks, so you were kind of on the verge of going infinite. Now it's definitely doable with like Marionette Master. You'll just win the game.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The queue is like 10 people deep right now.
Yeah, and Altar of Dementia also.
And we are doing pretty good today.
Yeah, just a very chill day. Oh,
we've been vibing. We've been trying to like get Christmas gifts and stuff. So we're just doing some holiday stuff today.
Yeah. All right, so let's close that out.
What are you looking for now?
I added some cards that I was just like pretty hyped about. We got the MDFC in here. See Floodless. Got any artifact cards that are just like speaking to you? Do you think Cranial Plating goes in here since we have like Marionette Master?
I think Cranial Plating's pretty sick. I thought it was in here.
Oh, is it?
I could have swore I saw it. It's right here.
Oh, it's the weird, gross one. Well, Nettlecyst then.
Sure.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's obviously worse, but it is similar.
Yes, it's similar enough so that's worth it.
I would be doing a disservice if I didn't recommend a Soul Shatter. This card's silly. I think there's a reason it was a budget bomb and now it's $250.
So many budget bombs have spiked recently.
Okay. I think Meteor Golem's a good move because I want to be able to answer like all the artifact and enchantment crap. We can put out artifacts, but we can't answer them.
Yeah. We're probably not gonna do free audit streams ever, but we probably will just do some like hanging out streams here and there.
Yeah, it depends. There's a lot of...
We might want to do gameplay actually as streams, but
Yeah,
we're
we're-
trying to figure out the logistics at the
We're
moment.
very new to streaming, so we haven't even begun to like optimize.
They say Urza Saga plus Skull Clamp and maybe some other 1 mana artifacts.
Okay, Skull Clamp I could see. That might be our last ad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to recommend Urza Saga because it's like $40, but it is a good card. Especially with Soul Ring, obviously. It just goes to get Soul Ring. All right, let's keep moving.
Okay, sending it.
We are notorious for our first audit taking a very long time.
That's the perks of going
It's
first.
the perks of going first.
Sent. Trying
Alright.
to get this deck as optimized as I can. Looking forward to see your thoughts. 5-changer.
Ooh, he's trying to write NN deck audit already.
Write it again!
Fan undercuts NN?
No.
Question mark?
Write deck audit again. Twice.
Okay, yeah. How about that? There we go.
Yeah, they added fetches to Arena, I guess?
Yeah, because Khans of Tarkir just came out, and that's got the allied fetch lands in it. So we are...
Yeah, he was just playing Kanzatark here, and I was like, I was gonna go do something else, and I'm like, hey, is your first pick Siege Riding? Who goes, no, it's Abzan Ascendancy. And I'm
Abzan
like,
Ascendancy's busted.
yeah, that checks out.
That card won me a game by itself. I went 5-3. It was like drafting... Like, seriously, it was like drafting back when I was a kid. Let's see. So we're trying to, like... We got ETBs, and we have counter, like, doubler synergies. And holy crap, this deck is really, like, cheap. The average mana value is 2.71. There's no creatures over 4. So, like, almost all of them have ETB stuff. Which makes sense to me. Each other creature enters with counters on it. Okay. Creatures with no counters. This deck looks solid.
Yeah, this looks super solid. I mean, you could add Elish Norn if you think it's worth the money. You could do, yeah, I'm happy teleportation circles in here.
I would maybe... Let's see what... I get the idea with abundant growth. Maybe you just want a creature. Oh, Oblivion Ring I will recommend
Yeah, we're not big fans of O-Ring.
Unless
Unless you're doing your own
are we going
stuff.
infinite somehow? That might be it. Because like if you Abdel, Adrian, and Oblivion Ring.
He says mass ETB abuse with the soldiers being the beat force.
Yeah, can you tell me if like Oblivion Ring's a combo piece? It feels like it might be. If it's not, I'm gonna cut it. But it feels a little combo-y in this deck. Abdel gets kind of busted. I mean, I guess you have like Felidar.
He says O-Ring is infinite.
Yeah, I
Yes.
figured.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, like
Do we
Felidar and Resto is
Do we
infinite.
have more O-Ring type effects then?
What is this guy doing? He's making sorcerer roll. Oh, he makes like a bunch of stupid permanents for Abdel Adrian to cycle away. Path of Discovery for exploring. Yeah, the card's kind of annoying. I'm gonna probably get rid of Song of Freyalise. Cut it. A bunch.
He says Journey, Bodyguard, O-Ring, Angel Feldar, Fiend Hunters are infinites.
Yeah, is it like you need 2 of them in Abdel or something and they all just loop each other? I'm unfamiliar with the green-white Abdel. I know the black-white one is like Animate Dead. Some of these effects are a little bit like small, so maybe we can cut.
Yeah, he says you need 2 in Abdel.
That's what I thought. Right. Yeah, I love this deck. This deck's cool.
This is super cool.
Maybe we cut our boy Heroic Intervention, which we pretty much always cut.
How about Galadriel's Dismissal? We just saw that. That was pretty cool.
It's an option. Clever Concealment, also a choice. Cathar's Crusade's good.
What's the inline one? If we're putting counters
Let's
on
get rid
stuff.
of Path to Inline. What do you mean?
Spotlight, Spectacular Spotlight. Everyone gets in line.
The card is so inconvenient.
It is. They also say Skyclave Apparition. I can't speak.
Yeah,
And
I like
Aura
Skyclave.
Shards.
I think I like Skyclave a little bit. Yeah, Aura Shards could be nasty.
Yeah, that could be good.
That could be solid. This deck looks budget, but it's kind of not. At the same time, it's weird. I think all these cards are just happen to be cheap. Touch of the Spirit Realm. Yep, it's part of that nonsense. Cloud Shift? I don't know if I'm the biggest Cloud Shift fan. I might trim Cloud Shift. At least Ephemerate lets you do it twice. Oh, and Unbreakable Formation I'm not a big fan of either. We already have Inspiring Call. So those are our cuts. What the heck would we add?
Well, what do we have for board wipes? Board control, I guess.
Board wipes, we already have 2.
Okay.
And this one's basically one-sided because all of our stuff costs 4 or less.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. How about removal for other stuff?
So there's Oblivion Rings, which are like suboptimal. I don't know if I would count those as a full removal spell, but I will add, because I cut Song of Freyalise, I'll add Elven Chorus. I think the card's just better.
You didn't cut Path to Exile, did you? He cut Path to something else.
Yeah, I cut Path of Ancestry, the like exploring one. It's good, but we already have so many like setup enchantments. Plus this deck is kind of just comboing. It feels like how you're going to win some of the games. Some percentage of the time.
Do you want like Veil of Summer, or like do you want combo, like things that help your combo pieces? Like a Tamia's Safekeeping, or do you want like the new Legolas's Quick Whatever? Or...
I didn't think we really need any of that stuff.
I was
it's
just
like
curious.
it's like critical mass combos involving our commander. That's like bound to happen. And then we're not optimizing for CDH, so we don't need, Veil of Summer.
Thanks, Will. Added to the queue.
Could this be a Mentor of the Meek deck or a Welcoming Vampire deck?
Welcoming Vampire is pretty cool, and Mentor.
Maybe not, if there's all the like +1 counters stuff.
So he says Cathar's Crusade is probably win more, but might be worth looking at. I get blown out by big burn spells like War Doctor.
Oh, just like damage, just a bunch of damage. Okay. The War Doctor is really good. I think we might have underrated that a little bit.
Yes, please hit the like button. We appreciate it.
Smash the like button.
And thank you so much, Zero. Appreciate it.
Don't just hit it. Come on now. All right, we got to add cards. So let's look at green, white. Enters. Oh, and then type creature.
I mean...
Well, Sun Titan is also kind of part of this Go Infinite train. What do you have? Do you have anything in the deck that could go infinite with Sun Titan? Fiend Hunter.
There's no Rex Sage in here? They say you flicker 30 permanents on one turn and he gets all the time counters.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, so you'd want like...
More targeted removal? More...
Maybe more like interaction than just straight up like combo stoppers.
Yeah. Do we just want to add like just straight up removal like Stroke of Midnight or something then, if that's your biggest?
I mean, my next recommend would probably just be Beast Within. You like that better than Stroke of Midnight, right?
Yeah, I'd say, because it can hit a land.
Yeah, that's what you were saying before.
It really depends on like what your meta's like, because I like hitting specific lands if you're playing in higher powered, like what's it called? like if someone has like a Nykthos that's pretty powerful, so you want to hit lands in that case, or if they have like a Field of the Dead and they have a mono white Field of the Dead mana base, perhaps. But if you don't have those lands that are really like warping the game around them when you play them, then Strike of Midnight might be better for you.
I like Skyclave Apparition is gonna absolutely diddly dunk on this man. He's 4 mana and they're just gonna send it back to the command zone. We need 2 more. Recruiter could be good. Do you also want like when you go infinite, you make a bunch of dudes, but don't you kind of just have to pass the turn?
Thank you so much. I am going to be looking for that Spalding Bear.
I mean, if you're trying to go infinite anyway, do you like actively want to just pass the turn with infinite power, or do you want to like just end the game and shortcut it so that you can't just get burned out by like a War Doctor 30 damage type?
They say
deal?
Recruiter of the Guard should be in there if there's a desire to search the win con.
Yeah, that's an option.
And thank you so much for supporting the channel. We really appreciate it.
I mean, I feel like,
basically, or I exile the whole board with O-Ring.
Right. That is also, yeah, you exile everybody's stuff. I mean, I would just throw in, I think Altar Dementia will do work.
Do we want to put an Elish Norn or something? Because we do want the double ETBs.
Panharmamicon?
Yeah.
I
mean, I know it's expensive, but also, it's like the theme of your deck, right?
It does, yeah.
And it's not like a win more.
There's Panharmonicon already.
Like,
I mean, how much is it?
Yeah, I guess we should look at
20? Like $20?
It's not the worst.
It'd be worth a little splurge. It's a good way to, like, if you're literally topping out at it, it seems pretty good to me. So Abdel. So at least with Altar Dementia, you can go infinite and win the game and just mill everybody out. Probably a few different ways. Like with, when you start doing like make infinite 1/1s and everybody just dies. Or if your board gets big enough with all these Good Fortune Unicorns and Conclave Mentors.
He says, yeah, those cards are expensive is why they're not in here yet.
Oh, well, let's just get rid of it then.
Okay, they say, should the Haste World enchantment go in here? Like Concurrent Crossroads?
Oh, I just like a payoff like Altar of Dementia where you just kill everybody. And you don't need to worry about attacking or blocking. But maybe Sun Titan? Just
yeah.
I think Sun Titan makes the altar a little bit more justified. Now it also combos with Altar, Sun Titan, and Fiend Hunter. That doesn't even involve Abdel Adrian.
Cool. Sent you the next one. It's
cool.
A 10 changer. And I don't have any restrictions on it.
Okay.
It may be okay, I was like, I don't think there's any typed in either. So.
Universes Beyond again? Universes Beyond dominating Magic? Huh?
Huh?
What? You better click on this video. Moxfield really wants to know my age. I already told them on my main account.
We did. 35.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna let you get into this. I gotta run to the bathroom.
Let me see what he does. I had to like. The only thing I remember about this card is the fact that his back is turned, and VZ and I were like, couldn't get the rights for his face. You control exploits a non-human creature. You draw a card. And if you have power 3 or greater, you give a treasure token. So you want all your cunning stuff. I love the plant token. I love the bob. I love. Let's see, I want to exploit. I love the Scoot Swarm. I'm loving the Avenger of Zendikar. Astrophy. Refuse. Are you fetching? Are you fetching Field of the Dead? Just curious. Populated. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We're not big fans of black market connections, honestly. We found that like people just get either really greedy or it just kind of sits there. Sky Shroud Nature's 3 visits. You got the Holy Trinity, I see. Good job. Damnation, Summon Scrying, Toxic Damage. Creature for that card. You want to get a lot of lands. Let me know how Roaming Throne goes, considering it seems like one of those cards where it's win more. We've talked about it a little bit in other videos, and I'm not sure if I love it so far. Or, like, I want to see it before I make any judgments fully. Draw a card on the turns. Yeah, that's a cool one. I think Jadar's a super good one. What would I put for little tokens? Champion, Chatterfang, Green Sleeves. Maybe everything in forests? Jaren, Cryptic Bishop. Don't we want to make non-humans though? That's like a... Yeah, it's a non-human creature. Cat, so I won't leave my chair. Yeah, I'm not that big of a Phyrexian. We're not big of Phyrexian arenas. We prefer Cult of the Ring, which is 1 mana cheaper and tempting and stuff. Okay, yeah, it's a mini Field of the Dead deck. That's really funny. I really like it. Gotta really hold back from full sending that. Yeah, full sending without life gain is super dangerous, and I like both limited and commander. Just you don't have a choice whether you lose the life or not. So I've watched people die to it. So I took out Black Market Connections. I've just been kind of reviewing the deck. You want non-humans to get exploited, and the bigger they are, you make treasure tokens, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my nose just like started bleeding, so I was bleeding uncontrollably and also dying.
Yeah, the only thing I've taken out is Black Market Connections. Apparently, mini Field of the Dead deck. Sidisi Undead Vizier. This is a 10 changer. I'm gonna go find you tissues, I guess.
Well, I don't need them.
Just in case.
Oh, I wouldn't do that on screen.
Okay.
So that's for private.
Yeah, so this is a mini Field of the Dead deck.
Okay. Why would it be mini? Why wouldn't it just be a major? Why are you not using the foil version? There, let me go. Let me help you out there. So all of our we like want a blend of humans and non-humans, and this deck's got
you want to
25 humans, but probably mostly humans that make non-humans. I'm gonna keep saying the word human. So when you...
Do we want something with more death triggers? I see you have Zulaport, and I see you have, what's it called? The Morbid Opportunist for card draw, and that's really awesome. But do we want, like, maybe a Blood Artist or something?
For draining?
Look, all I'm saying is that gotta keep the stream moving. Easy literally time here, yeah, so...
Yeah, that's literally the vibe of this stream, I guess. Yeah, so about this deck...
Look, all I'm saying is I keep telling him that I'm gonna call the doctor to get that fixed, and he's like, no, don't worry about it. I'm gonna do the thing that my doctor told me to do, and then doesn't do the thing. So I'm not exactly sure
what. It's fine. It's fine, everyone. It's okay.
Oh, a Dark Souls Elden Ring UB. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've seen some fan sets of Bloodborne maybe.
I
Dark
really
Souls?
don't. This doesn't seem like a heroic intervention deck, especially when I would just play another counterspell instead.
Yeah, it's like you don't think any deck is a heroic intervention.
It's so true. So true, fam. Oh, green deck. We're gonna cut the signets. Bite.
Do we think Tribute the World Tree for 3 green mana is hard to cast with?
It might be okay. What even is this? Sacrifice a non-demon, get a 4/3.
It's the cool one we talked about from.
And you populate, but I like. What are we doing with it? We make a 4/3, and then we can exploit it to get a treasure.
Well, and then we use the human tokens and stuff to populate better tokens, maybe.
I am not sure. This does not seem great. Unless I'm crazy.
Thank you so much, Cody. Extra Field of the Dead triggers when your creatures die if you want to put in Yadova. And
it's kind of funny.
And thank you so much, Hellion.
I can totally see that.
I'm gonna close the queue now. I know we probably have 16 or 17 in queue.
Yeah, we're gonna pause the queue before things get a little, a little too unmanageable. But yeah,
we just want to make sure everyone. We just want to make sure everyone gets to the
deck audits shall continue. Just the ones that have already been submitted.
Yes, mana dorks are better, but lands are the best. Considering in green you can ramp fully into lands, and they are harder to remove than creatures or artifacts. And thank you so much.
Jairus? Is that a... dang. Appreciate y'all.
But officially, after this, like, deck audits are closed. No promises.
So, yeah, you're still writing them down, right?
This is the last one.
Okay. That is... What a way to end it. And by end it, I mean this stream is just getting started, but we have the decks we're going to audit. Swiftfoot Boots. Is this really a Swifties deck? I think this is maybe not.
Yeah, you
so
should
much.
be replacing your green signets with ramp spells unless you have some sort of real artifact synergy in your green deck.
Yeah, or mana dorks. I just don't see a reason why this deck would want signets over, either more mana dorks or more Nature's Lore type Field of the Dead synergy pieces.
Yeah, I was like...
Maybe we can find a happy medium. I think what else is good in this deck? You want to just exploit it.
Because of the social contract, that is true. It is pretty frowned upon, but also just it's a lot less susceptible because, yeah, lands can fold to, like, Ravages of War, Armageddon, but,
How often does that happen?
But Vandal Blast, Farewell, Austere Command, I could name a bunch that artifacts just fold to.
And there are cards that actually see play. So we're maybe looking for, like, non-human...
Token makers?
Tokens. Tribute seems great in this deck, because if it's small, it becomes a 3/3, and that is the perfect bar to clear to give us treasure tokens when we exploit them. And if it's large, we just draw cards.
Yeah. What are you thinking about Zimone and Dina?
It's really good with Field of the Dead.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It just chains. Possibly even a better Field of the Dead commander than Henry Wu. I'm kind of curious what this guy looks like on EDH Rec. I haven't even attempted to brew with any of the Jurassic Park stuff. If a creature died, you get a token that's a copy.
Maybe we can make eggs or something? I was just trying to think of, like, what do you think?
It destroys... Jeez. There's not really any way to make eggs in this deck.
No, I was just thinking of, like, tokens to sack that are not humans. And I don't know,
like
eggs maybe?
I just don't think... I don't think there's eggs, but there's got to be something. But you also want humans. I like that it's a mix. It's a mixture. I think this skull scab is kind of funny. Whenever a creature you control exploits a non-token creature, you get a 2/2 zombie. I wonder if that's like... Is that good enough? I don't know if it's good enough. I am unsure.
Hi Tyler, our queue is closed right now, and I'm not sure if everyone's watching this live, but we can try and get to you, but no promises considering queue is closed.
Mm-hmm. That is where we are at the moment. We do appreciate any and all super chats for any and all reasons.
We do appreciate it. I mean, it keeps the channel running.
You basically are sending Miso to college. Miso is asleep. You can't see it, but he's right over there, and that little man's gonna sleep easy knowing that maybe someday he'll graduate, the 3rd grade.
Yeah, he's in the 3rd grade right now, so we're really working hard to make sure he gets to college eventually.
Right. Midnight Reaper, is that type of effect good? I always feel like if you're doing Warped Opportunist, Midnight Reaper is just also great. I mean, this deck's got 39 creatures. We're doing a lot of Field of the Deading, but we're about to have 41 creatures. So Midnight Reaper and Grim Horsepex are just like infinite value. I feel like now the one thing we're going to be missing is like mana. That we just want to make sure we have 1 million mana.
The Simic value chain is ran by mana dorks and ram spells. True.
I mean, basically.
And card draw.
Yeah.
The way to submit a deck is closed right now. However, you usually send a super chat of $10 or more, and then you email it to me, and I add you to queue.
Right. We are going through the queue at the moment right now. Initial plan is to stream from now till about 7. That's, I think, where we're settling into these deck audits, because they are a lot of work.
They really are, and they do take a lot out of us when we go for 5 or 6 hours, so...
My voice can only take so much. I have a weak little voice.
That is true.
So I did mention wanting another counterspell because, like, you had all these, like, gotcha, like, board wipe answers, but counterspells are that plus more. Maybe just Arcane Denial.
Herrick loves Lotus Cobra.
Let me get you the non-crusty one. That's my gift to you. There we go.
What a kind gift.
What a kind guy I am.
Yeah, when it comes... 2 green. You need artifact synergies for you to run signets, but if you don't like, Glissa is definitely a good one for that, but without that, I would say you're much more susceptible.
Maybe we can afford just like a Ravenous Choop.
Yeah, I mean, he's cheap.
This deck has a bajillion creatures. We're sacking like half of them. We're going to be triggering all these cards to draw us cards and get whatnots.
Tireless Provisioner?
Whenever a creature control exploits a non-human, draw a card. Yeah, so I think, do you want Shoops or do we want Shriekmaw? Shriekmaw's got the 3 power, and it's like if you have a Midnight Reaper, you can just fire it off for 2 mana and then it cantrips.
I mean, how many ways do we have to put counters on stuff versus how many, like, you know?
Versus what?
Versus, I guess, how important do you think it is to, like, hit non-black creatures with Shriekmaw?
Yeah, I think Choops is good. I'll stand by my Choops pick.
Okay, you did deck. 10 changes, right?
I'm going to second guess myself, but I would say yes. 1, 2, maybe not.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I did 6 changes like a complete weirdo? Alright, well, let's cut some more cards.
What do we think of, like, Notion Thief and stuff? Like,
I mean, Notion Thief's just kind of busted.
I mean, it's a good card. I'm not saying it's not.
I'm sure it's just in here because it's a busted human.
Okay.
I don't know about Mosswood Dread Knight. It seems like it would fit, but it's so much mana. I'd almost rather just have like a Bloodghast.
They said Living End. That would be good. Bringer of the Last Gift or like
that kind of thing. Yeah.
Living Death.
Could be solid. You can go into Sika, makes mana.
If you're chomping a lot of tokens, it might not be great.
This guy's weird. He's just a creepy little breeder.
Just a
man.
guy.
No, he breeds little animals. He's so weird. Come on.
Do you want to remove him then?
No, I don't want to remove him because he's a creep, but he is a creep.
Pitiless Plunderer cut, they ask?
I don't know if I would ever recommend cutting Pitiless Plunderer. It's kind of just...
It's pretty good.
It's kind of just busted in this deck. We're going to be like humans exploiting stuff, making treasures from that, making treasures from Pitiless Plunderer. It doesn't even care if the creature's a token.
Do we care about Aether Channeler?
It's a playable human, but this deck has humans.
It's fine.
Human, 25 humans. That's a decent chunk of humans. Oh, I'm not a big Augur of Autumn fan.
Yeah. Chat, tell Eric whether you think it would be better to build a $20 Ayula or Tom Bombaldi deck.
Tom Bombaldi?
Tom Bombaldi, Tom Bombadil.
That sure is his name. You had it right the first time. Jeez, this deck has Skull Clamp too. This deck's got a little bit of everything.
Do we want to focus it then a little more?
Well, I meant like ramp removal card draw. It's got stuff. Psych Rift, Damnation, Toxic Deluge for board wipes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. Feels fair. Feels normal.
Do we like
Jaren. Yeah. When he enters, you get a human. That's kind of good, actually.
Do we like the Sakashimas?
I think you just want more Henry Woos.
Yeah.
And they're humans? Question mark? Yeah, they are humans. So if you don't...
I mean, would we rather have like a Spark Double somewhere, though?
Same thing, right?
Yeah, it would just be another thing. Like, if you want 2, would you want 3?
I don't see why not. I don't know why the cutout would be 2 and not 3. Doubling Cube's $15. Spark Double's $8? What? People really like clones. People are big clone fans.
So we did fully get rid of 10, right? Now we're just adding?
You know I'll never once have answered that question.
Please just be sure.
No, we're at 8.
Okay, so let's cut 2 more first.
I was on that plan with you. I'm almost looking at Damnation a little bit. 3 board wipes.
It's not the worst.
I wouldn't really play more than 2. Not necessarily. I mean, I've played more than 2, but I like playing more than 2 when I have a lot of asymmetrical ones. So Cyclonic is asymmetrical. Deluge can be in your favor if you've got a big boy. Maybe Avenger can get cut too. I don't know. This feels like a highly tuned, low to the ground deck that doesn't need that kind of thing.
Do we want more like Blood Artist type effects?
We got Cutthroat, which is a human, and we have this, which is a human.
Or do we want, instead of Grave Pack, the other one?
Dictate?
Yeah.
Double up on it?
Yeah.
Really, your opponents aren't going to be able to play Magic with this out, and that's good for us.
Yeah.
Screw them.
We want to play Magic,
Yeah,
not them.
I'm sorry. I don't owe you anything.
That is true. We don't owe them anything.
Right, so the Witch King could be good. I don't know if you're deliberately avoiding Phyrexian Altar and stuff like that. Maybe Meat Hook, but it's a little pricey. I wonder what it's up to now.
It's down to 25, I think.
33 says TCG, but that might not be the cheapest.
Okay, I was thinking 25 because of the list reprint, but it might have just spiked right after that. Sidici's still a great choice for getting Field of the Dead.
Oh, the Tutor? I mean, Tutors are a great choice for getting anything. But it is true that it has Exploit. So she would just like draw you an extra card. Fine. We'll do it for flavor. Boop. It's in there.
I will send it in chat.
Yes, but once again,
Queue is
for
closed,
those who have
though.
decks in the queue, please send those up to us, and we'll get them all in.
I'm only missing Hellion and Jairus.
So if you are one of those two people,
send
feel
it,
free.
and if you aren't, please wait till the next stream. Or
if queue's
if
open.
we open it again, you will see above our heads some sort of notice about pricing.
Yeah, it's always above our heads. Right now it just says it's full. Journey to Eternity could be good. Maybe this deck just wants another sack outlet.
Do you want like a Vishgraaz here? Like a cheap one?
Could be. Maybe if there's a human that like sacrifices stuff. Type human. Oh, sacrifice. Oh, creature. And then
I just don't want to pay for it.
Commander Bug. Ah. And let's actually sort by humans that matter. Disciple. Both Disciples. Priest is free.
Dockside Chef is pretty good. It comes down early too.
It is a cheap human. You know what? Maybe that's good because like it's a human that when you sack something and get a treasure, you can just play another human, sack something else, and get another treasure. And just kind of keep the chain rolling. All right, Henry Wu. We upgraded you. Turn around. Turn around and face us, buddy.
So this one is... I'm sending you the next one.
Okay.
So
Kodama and
the
Tevesh?
note on this one was constant mists in, fog is real. I might have written that one a little bit fast, but I think like just the
and
fog
Fand falls in love
Kodama
with a fog?
Kodama bounce land combo is the main win con, they say.
Could that be with Field of the Dead, perhaps? There's no Field of the Dead in here? That's an alternate way. That's like literally a card I will add because it's an alternate way to win with Kodama. You just need like any landfall creature maker.
I'm sending the audits. We will do our best.
For what?
They're just a chat and like send him something tough.
Give him something hard to audit?
Yeah, those are chaos decks for BZ.
Yeah, I think Dryad's Revival, probably a bit pricey. We could do a little bit better. If we're comboing, this is a 5-changer, right?
This is a 10 change.
10 changers. So 10 changes.
Yes, 10
Okay.
changes.
A lot of 10 changes
Constant
today.
misses stay in.
Well, I would keep that card in anyway. It's kind of... It just dumpsters on combat decks. Worm Harvest. These cards kind of feel a little bit not super flavorful. Like Hostile Negotiations and Wasteland Harvest. They're good for the deck, but they're kind of like C level or D level. Like I think we can do better. Gaze of Granite, kind of a replaceable board wipe. If you have Nature's Lore, I'm going to probably recommend 3 visits in Skyshroud Claim. You know how I do.
Hold on. I think I might be...
I found Awaken the Woods to be decent. So wait, so is Field of the Dead really not in here? I'm gonna put it in here.
Yeah.
You can't stop me.
Andrew, who sent a 10 changer a while ago, I don't have your email, so if you could send that over, that would be great. I'll drop the email in the chat again.
Okay, we're gonna have to get the other 5 cuts in here. This card is like tripping me out. I just need to look at the regular ones so I don't get confused. Oh, a couple Planeswalkers in here. They can be trimmed. I have not found Nissa and Vraska to be very impactful. I like those cards a lot. Let's keep looking. Hermit Druid? Yeah, we're not winning with Hermit Druid. He's just really good.
I forgot that Field of the Dead exists. Don't say that around
Yeah.
around everyone's favorite Magic
Don't
Dad,
say
I
it.
guess.
It's one of the best ones ever. You know, now this might be the card we've cut the most in deck
I think
history.
it actually is.
I have never really seen this card in a deck, but I'm not even saying it's bad. I just think the decks that I see it in, I'm...
Yeah.
Wait, no. Because this time you don't cut it.
Yeah, because
we curse ourselves, and it's bad Field of the Dead.
Skyshroud Claim is good considering it gets 2 forests. One, they could come in untapped, so if you have shocklands or duels, they could come in fully untapped if you pay the life, or just they come in that way. And you could also get triomes too, which is really nice. It doesn't say just basic, so it is, in our opinion, worth the 4 mana.
I mean, you compare it to Explosive Vegetation. Explosive Vegetation costs 4 mana, finds basics, and puts them into play tap. This only net costs 2.
He says he enchants himself.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I worked through it. It's still here. Avenger of Zendikar. This might be another deck where we cut Avenger of Zendikar.
Goodbye, son.
It doesn't combo, and it's like a little bit clunky. I feel like it just gums up my opening hands. If my deck can win through any means that is not combat, I pretty much just cut that card. It ends up being like a liability.
If you want lands, is the Shia in here?
I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we need 2 more cuts. Shia is here.
Okay, cool.
There's cards that combo with a Shia too.
Yeah, that would be like the...
But I don't know if there's enough of them in here. Oh, Kaga, a little slow. A little slow for her. I like milling, but I don't want to spend 4 and then have to wait.
Do you like Rampaging Bailouts in a non-budget deck?
Only because of combos. It's just another Field of the Dead. Any card that makes a permanent when lands enter goes infinite with Kodama and a bounce land. How spiky are you trying to make it? I see crop rotation, so are you down for other tutors? Squandered Resources, great podcast. I've heard good things.
Do you like Tear Sunder?
I don't know. I've played a little bit with Terra Sunder, and I might try it out in my Belladros deck. I'll leave it in here for now.
Study.
Oh, maybe Braids. Braids can draw you cards. But these, landfall value city decks...
Yeah, he says, I'd rather not add any more tutors, pretty casual.
Okay. 6, 7, 9, 10, okay.
How about reshape the earth if you've taken out all the cuts?
I'm guessing he counts that as a tutor, but I'm not sure. If not, it's sick with Field of the Dead because it's
getting 10 lands.
It turns it into Army of the Damned. It's so sweet. Okay. Right, so you know what? Maybe there is Quirion Ranger that does go infinite.
Yeah, you could also do...
Let me just read it.
It's in my
Return a forest to its owner's hand. Untap target creature. Activate only once each turn. If you have this and a Shia, the Quirion Ranger is a forest, so you can return itself and untap any one of your other creatures, which now taps for green, and then can play Quirion Ranger again.
You could also put Arbor Elf into untap target forest.
Arbor Elf does untap forests, but I think we want to put lands in play for that kind of thing.
Yeah. I really like, Quirion Ranger is a combo in my Sylvala deck. He says reshape is fine, no demonic tutors.
Oh, okay. Well, I reshape the earth, I can't recommend enough. You just bury people with it. Plus it goes and gets a bounce land. Maybe a win con? So what do we have for win cons? We have Retreat to Hagra, which wins automatically. That's 1. Obnixilis is 2. I thought I saw more. Maybe I'm just crazy. Is that really it? Oh, I guess that's it. Maybe I would want another win condition then. if you're trying to mill and you have all these creatures with dies anyways, Altar of Dementia is just great. It turns your... Oh, it's already in there. Then maybe a different Zach Elliott. So that was the third win condition then. So you have 3 ways to win. It's not through combat when you make infinite zombies.
Yeah, Ashnod's Altar is a win con stack infinite tokens. What's your payoff, though?
That still puts us in the same spot.
Yeah.
We have infinite stuff. We just get to use them for something. So... Boop.
I mean, yeah, you could sack infinite stuff and then have some sort of, like, Blood Artifact or something like that if you're making infinite tokens.
Maybe there's a land... Maybe there's a land entering we're missing.
What do you want to do?
A trigger that says, like, when land falls, you make somebody lose life or something.
Sunscorched Desert does when it ETBs -1. Or each opponent takes 1.
Is that in here? So just to walk me through it, we're playing Bounce Land. I don't think that works.
Well, I'm just saying every time you play it, people are going to lose 1.
But I think the Bounce Land is the card you're playing infinitely.
Ah, okay. Maybe we can... Yeah, Missile Vital Force.
Yeah, Missile Vital Force draws our whole deck. Then we can find an Altar Dimension. Well, we have Wincon,
Okay,
so we just have to find them. Polluted Bonds, not quite. Skyfisher Spider. These are all options. I think you can use things like Elvish Rejuvenator, help ramp you, and dig towards Field of the Dead because it can find it.
Do you want, like, haste enablers then? If you're making 10 billion creatures.
You could do some hasty enablers. How is this deck on card draw?
Yeah, escape shifted.
We have Tevesh Szat. Let me just 1, 2. I guess he's like 3. Turtle Striker is 4, 5. Gitrog's 6. Gitrog's really good. So this deck's alright on card draw. And you said we have what now?
Is Scape Shift in?
Scape Shift is not in. We could put it in. It's another way to make a bunch of zombies. Let's see. Maybe since now we're doing Field of the Dead, it'll be really easy to get it out. I think Yawgmoth is just going to be great. Like, all of a sudden, Yawgmoth is just silly. And since this doesn't seem to count as a tutor, I would put Pier's Whim. It's interaction for everybody else, and it goes and find Field of the Dead or one of your bounce lands. All right, Mia.
1 second. Let's see the next one. So you did your 10 changes, and then we're going to do this one.
The next deck is on its way.
Okay, this one says no specific restrictions. Second attempt, or first but with a 2 attempt at a control deck, but needs a little fine tuning. Either struggles to finish or struggles to cast spells on curve. Please help. Lovingly, Mr. Rick Morty.
Deck cannot win games. NN Audit Rick and Morty.
I'm saying is, have you seen the Rick and Morty sleeves that Dragon Shield put out?
They sure do exist. So we're struggling closing.
Or playing on curve.
And playing on curve. What is our curve? 3.15, so it's not a clunky deck. There are some good cards in here. You can have target player draw a card, or you can target player discard a card.
I'd argue that maybe you're not mulliganing aggressively enough. I think
that could be the case. I don't generally like playing cards just for the sake of anthems.
Yeah, and this is a 5-changer.
So I will cut Immortal Sun. I really...
that's a pre-con card.
This card is kind of stinky to me. I'm going to get rid of it.
It's a gotcha, but that's about it. And
It doesn't even feel like that much of a... It's like, oh,
I
all right.
guess.
Okay. How much mana did you spend on that? Too much. As far as fairies go, like, I'm assuming you're pretty set. You got, like, all the fairies, right? We can check.
Where's the bounce one that's an adventure, too? Do we like playing that?
Brazen Power?
Yeah.
It is...
Yeah, there it is.
Fairy Masterminds in here, I
Do we
saw.
have Cloud?
I don't know too much about Cloud of Fairies. What does it really do?
I was just thinking maybe draw...
Would you play 0 mana 1/1 flyer in this deck? Maybe. 0 mana 1/1 flyer that you can cycle if you don't need it. That's cycling, right?
Yeah, I think so for 2. You can look on the other page.
I guess you really want to maximize the amount of fairies you have on turn 4. So you can start goading. Could be good. Halo Forager? That was good in limited.
It was.
V-Click. We got V-Click. Fairies are not expensive, so I'm just assuming you have all of them. Mocking Sprite? Question mark? That could be one to consider. I see a lot of instants.
Yeah, there's a lot of instants here.
All right,
Perhaps I was like, perhaps you just have too many instants and not enough actual like fairies.
Well,
to
instants
fit.
make fairies.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just seeing a lot of the like. Oh, because you're
Like
playing
all
other
of these
people's
basically
turns.
say
Yeah,
make a fairy.
yeah.
Oh, we're not big fans of Keep Watch. That's one we've not enjoyed a ton.
It's just too specific.
Village Rites, man, I'm so close to wanting to cut this card. So close. I just don't know.
What are
If
the
you don't have
sorceries we're looking at?
If you don't have your commander, it's pretty bad. Sorceries, it's the take an extra turn, bounce all non-fairies, destroy all non-fairies, really just the essentials.
How about Fairy Slumber Party? Is that what it is? The one that makes fairies based on what
Bounces everything and then like makes 6 fairies or something. Fairy Slumber Party. Read. Return all creatures, and then for each opponent who has the creature, you get two 1/1 flyers. Yeah, that seems good. That seems quality. Oh, this card. This is a precon card. I'm gonna get rid of it.
Do we think this is too expensive for its effect?
I love this card, but yes.
Okay.
Yes, I love it because it's cool, not because it's good in Commander. So interaction, 2 of my favorites you already have. I might even want more. Look, there's a reason I add this card. It's kind of silly. When you resolve Soul Shatter a few times, you kind of just feel like you're cheating.
They ask for about Brainstorm.
I don't like Brainstorm in decks that can't take advantage of the shuffle effect. I think I'd rather just have like another one of these cantrips. A different one.
Priority? No, it's a little expensive. Ooh,
An instant speed.
Wash Away. You love that card.
And I hate Wash Away so much. But I already cut 5 cards.
That is true.
But I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna switch the printing to the ugly one.
So you know.
Because it's ugly. Having trouble closing, too.
Are there any more Fairy Lords or anything that's like... Or maybe a one-sided board wipe?
Well, we have 2 one-sided board wipes already.
Mm.
And the fairy one is kind of like... It's asymmetrical because we get all the fairies afterwards. So those are all good.
I was just thinking about closing through combat, so...
Questioning what we would even... Like... Obira is really good because it makes them start losing life. Hullbreaker Horror is a win con, especially
It's nasty.
when all your stuff has flash. It's gonna mess people up. Talion, it's already in there.
Yeah, I was like, he's a fairy. So.
I mean, so let's search like. Can we make each opponent just lose life somehow, in a way that makes sense with fairies?
I mean, there's Mirkwood Bats if we're making a bunch of tokens, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure how many token makers we're really having.
Yeah, maybe it's not fast enough. Consuming Aberration is an alternate win con, but you gotta go full on with the mills. Scarab God, Diluvian Primordial.
What do you think about that one guy that I had in my Jalira deck that said creatures without Island Walk or flying couldn't attack? I mean, I know it's a little bit beefy though. That's the only problem.
Yeah, it is a little expensive.
But since all of your stuff will have flying, you might be able to, get in damage to everyone else, and they can't really attack back.
Yeah, is there just a card that's like a hammer that we can play on the top end and sort of like...
No.
Yeah, not that one. And sort of lock up the game. Shark Typhoon could be good. But I still would hesitate to call it a win con. It's just sort of a card that can help you take over.
Ooh, Junkwinder might not be bad if you're making a ton of tokens, but then again, that's like how many?
Making tokens, lock them down. Stormtide we talked about. Extra turn spells are kind of lame. I don't know if
Not the biggest fan.
I wouldn't be clamoring to put 1,000 extra turn spells in my deck. Ninjutsu could work. Ninjutsu works pretty well with fairies. What about this guy? You steal the biggest bomb from their hand?
How about the other one though? That's a little bit the
Fallen
Fallen Shinobi. That's cheaper, right? It's 4 mana, and
So
you
it
look at the
hits-
top 2.
It hits pretty hard, and it definitely can help you take over a game. That might be what I would start with, now that you have a little bit better removal, and you have a little bit more punchies to throw around. If you're still worried about it, you could try like something simple like Bloodletter of Aclazotz to just basically double your combat damage. But I think that's this fairies deck. Can't believe your deck can't win a game. Now that we upgraded Rick and Morty's deck, though, they'll be winning all the games.
I'm trying to find the next one. 1 second. I think it got sent to my personal instead.
That's all good. I wish we had a cat cam.
He's just really cute.
On future streams, we actually probably will set one up.
This little 3rd grader sent.
He's got the brain of a 3rd grader.
Yeah. I mean, he's also 3.
He's been held back so many times.
He's 3. Give him some slack.
Any words for this?
I'm thinking of doing a fungal descend theme. Here's
Fungal
the
descend.
link.
And then fan descends into fungus? No, that's not a question. Descends into fungus, like a headline.
And this is a 5 changer.
I can't believe it. So we want permanents in our graveyard because...
And we want saplings and /or fungi.
Right. It makes fungus that can't block, and X number of times you descended. So I'm guessing this is an extremely fungus-centered deck. 26 funguses.
That is very
Or
fungus-centered.
fungi? I think it's fungi.
Fungi?
Yes, and it also is equal to the number of saplings, but he said no saplings? Or he's not focusing on saplings?
Fungal descend theme. That is the note.
Look, I don't see any
have.
saplings in here, so forget them. They never
I
existed.
don't need them.
All right, Egon. It mills you a turn or a card every turn. Okay, could be all right. We'll see. We'll see. Mulch. That's a good way to get stuff in the grave. Sidar Wayfinder. This is a 5 changes, right?
5 changer.
All right, so let's look at the cards that are not funguses. I did not know that this Spore Crawler was a fungus.
He's got like, he kind of looks like a spider.
I thought it was
really
a
quickly.
I literally
He's
thought it
got
was
like
a
10
spider.
billion eyes.
Yeah,
Dredge is very good in here, even Dark Blast, they say.
we'll see. I'm just trying to see how many of these things are funguses, which is apparently all of them. 33 creatures and 26 are fungus. So where are the non-funguses?
There's an elemental. There's a boar.
Okay, so this makes...
There's an elf warlock.
All right, so we basically found them all.
All 4 of them.
Okay. I've been a little disappointed with this thing. Especially since we only have 30 creatures. I'm going to cut it. So somehow just not that great. Stick Fingers. You can sort of make X 1/1 saplings. That seems cute. Because it descends automatically. Verdant Force, a little expensive.
A little slow, too.
Yeah, a little slow. We'll trim them. We'll trim them. I think I am going to still trim Egon. It's just not. It's small potatoes. Ooh, hazardous conditions.
Not that we've put it in yet, but I'm surprised there's no
No.
Victimize already.
You're just surprised it's not in there?
Yeah. We're making lots of little dudes, and we could probably get better stuff back.
Let's find a cut.
Putrefy, maybe?
Putrefy? Could be. Oh, Join the Dead. Pretty... I mean, I guess it's a Descend theme. I don't want to yuck your yum on themes. Fungal Fortitude.
That is a theme.
Yeah, Crop Sigil.
Underrealm Lich is also the obvious NN ad.
It so is, and I appreciate you saying that. Because now every time we draw, we can descend a million times. I mean, how is that not just good? How is that not just good?
Do you want Victimize in here?
Nope, I wouldn't add it specifically. I think there's just other stuff to... There's other reanimates. I don't even know if Victimize is...
That's not a fungi.
Yeah, it's only a bunch of saplings. If you want to mill, I like Circle of the Land Druid. If it mills, it's basically honorary saplings or funguses anyway, because of our commander.
So you want like...
I think you want to lower the number of spells in your deck. Just overall, like, you know, advice if I had 25 cuts and changes to make, I would cut like most of these.
Overwhelming Stampede, the easiest finisher ever in Mycotyrant. And they say Cankerbloom is a pretty fun guy.
It is, because he is huge.
Do we have a Cankerbloom? And is that a fungus?
I don't know.
You're Cankerbloom's like biggest fanboy.
I like it. It's a Phyrexian fungus. No way.
Joe left 6 months ago.
You just absolutely no way. So green, black. Oh, or wait, type fungus. If we missed Cankerbloom, what else did we miss? Turns out not much. Turns out...
Yeah, Mesmeric Orb is good.
We almost missed nothing. Oh, Mesmeric Orb?
We have one ad, though.
I think it's going to be Mesmeric Orb. It's one of the best ways to mill. Very good suggestions for chat. Chat's all over the Mycosynth, or the Mycotyrant.
They know what's up.
They know they're
all fun guys, so obviously...
Our chat is not 100% guys. It's only 96.7% guys.
We dem boys, though.
You are not.
We dem boys. I don't know how to...
We rounded up collectively dem boys.
All I'm going to say is I've looked at the stats of our channel, and the viewership of male to non-male is like 92%.
92%. As we load up our next
This
deck.
one is a 5-changer, no fast mana, no other restrictions.
5-changer. I'm just not clicking for some reason. Okay. How's our queue looking? As I duplicate this.
We have 9 people in queue. However, 3 of them are 20s and one of them's a 50. So I don't want to open until we're maybe on the 50 if we feel like. He says, for the list, I forgot to mention to keep the one tutor. I know it's not the greatest tutor, but it's in there for both synergy and wanting a tutor that isn't the likes of Demonic.
Right, so let's figure out what that tutor is. Oh, it's Mausoleum Secrets. Okay.
Yeah.
5 changes?
5 changes.
Excellent. Field of the Dead. This entire... the entire day is just green-black decks with Field of the Dead in them.
Oh, Grist? That's one of your favorites.
And I'm here for it. Yeah, Grist, I love it.
Are you guys just doing this to make him happy? Like,
is it my birthday?
You can submit other things, too. I'm just saying.
You can submit non-green-black decks with Blossoming Tortoise and Field of the Dead, but I will continuously look at them and love them.
Yeah. He's happy, but...
Right,
you guys do have the other option. When you guys said, can we submit decks? We didn't say just Golgari Graveyard
Field of the
value.
Dead decks. So this... If you have a creature that's put into your graveyard, you get 2 squirrels, which is always going to happen because we got Sivriss to draw cards. Sivriss is so underrated.
Sivriss is cool.
Everybody just goes, yeah. You can have it.
They said they want to make their dad happy.
That's me.
Yes.
That's me. It's Father's Day in December. So
yeah, Andrew, I got your deck list. I sent you the added to queue response. So you are on here. In 4 people, I think?
You're in the queue. So we want useless creatures.
I'm going to go get some more water.
Yeah, can I have some?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I guess.
Thanks. Okay. We want useless creatures. We want to sack them. And we want to activate Sivriss. What are our win cons? I see Gary. I see Conrad. I see Bats. Bats looking a little bit schmedium here. I don't know if we have enough token makers for that. There's Necrotic Hex is good. A couple one-sided board wipes. A lot of board wipes. Sheesh. Warping Whale, gotta do it to him. Throne of the God Pharaoh. Okay. Because of Elven Chorus, the combos. You have Dictate. You probably also want Grave Pact. I've never been a Golgari Charm guy myself. But I might not cut it. I think I am going to cut Find Finality, though. Since you have so much Reanimate. Street Wraith. What a heads up. What a heads up ad. Wayfinder. Yep. These are all good. Hi, Miso. Do you want to come over? He does not. He does not want to come over. If a creature died this turn, ring tempts you, and then you get somebody's land. Okay. Author of Shadows doesn't feel like it has a ton of synergy. I will trim. Hypnotist is dirty. Whenever another creature you control dies. So we're trying to like nickel and dime people to death. But there's not that many sack outlets. We have Yawgmoth. For sack outlets, we don't have much else.
Would it help if you identified it as non-mail to help the stats? It doesn't really. We're not using the stats for anything.
Other than this.
Other than just telling you guys, I guess. No deck lists are not going to be sent right now because Q is closed.
Q is currently closed. This is 5 changes, right? I'm never going to remember.
This is a 5 changer.
I knew it. I knew it the whole time. Ramunap playing lands from the graveyard. I don't actually love that. Especially if that's your only way to do it.
Whisper Blood Liturgist.
Whisper could be good. I'm not sure. Well, no, I don't like Whisper because we don't have our creatures top out at 5. I don't like a lot. Some of these reanimates I'm just not a huge fan of because we're not even like cheating the mana value as much. Maybe let's get rid of.
Warping Whale. That's one of BZ's favorite counter spells.
Cool. Everyone here in chat is making decks just for me.
I was like, you're just spoiling him now.
Thanks, guys.
With all the self-mill is why I had Conduit in Ramunap.
No, their value, I just don't think that they're that. They're going to be that strong in this deck. They're a little slower. Man, Mia, we got to cut a card. What's one of these like reanimate type things we can cut?
Do you like Necrotic Hex?
We have Deluge and Living Death and Massacre Girl. Yeah, let's get rid of Hex. I like that. We don't need a million board wipes. All of those are brutal. Maybe, I mean, if you have all these reanimates, like...
How many colorless sources do we have for it?
For what?
Warping Wheel?
Oh, good question.
Like enough?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, probably enough.
Okay.
8, 9.
Yeah, they say you can add recycle.
10. I could add recycle, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to.
Well, you're our favorite Panda Lord.
Okay, I need to justify the fact that like you have all these gigantic creatures to make all your reanimate stuff better. So CMC greater than 5, and then we'll do type CR. See what we can get into. Butcher of Malik here. Might be alright in this deck with all the squirrels we have for free. Gear Hulk is removal.
We do this once to twice a week.
Yeah, I can't say for sure what our stream on Thursday will be. We'll figure something out.
And Paul, deck submission is closed. I do have a full queue at the moment, so I haven't gotten your email, but it's also just closed right now.
Yes, we do have to close it for our own... Well, not for our own sanity, just to be fair to everybody.
We just want to... Yeah, we're going to be trying to end around 7, maybe a little bit later today, so we want to make sure everyone gets theirs in.
True. Very true. Kamal is like an overrun option.
Kamal is cool.
Kind of a big, beefy boy. We're making a bunch of squirrels. I think he's fist. Yeah, no, he's the wrong. That's not the fist. We want the heart. He's going to be the whole body of Krosa. Every body part.
Yeah, we've probably done 6 or 7 of these already. So we are looking to do more in the future. We would like to do this bare minimum 2 to 3 times a month. Vigor, they ask. And he also says, I used to have the promised end in the list, but unsure about it.
Oh, Emrakul? Emrakul's dirty. I would definitely play Emrakul. It's kind of like a card that...
Kakusho or Junji?
Yeah, I was thinking Kakusho too. It's a card you don't need a lot of synergy with.
Call to the Grave?
If your deck Yeah, maybe not. If your deck can cast Emrakul for like 8 mana, I think it's busted. Like it's really, really good. Most of the time it just kills people. Alright, so I've added Altar of Dementia to God knows how many decks.
That is perpetual timepieces. You're just spoiling him.
Yeah, this is like my dream come true.
Yeah, all you need now is like a Viscera Seer because that's one of BZ's favorites.
Yeah, Viscera will be... I'm looking at him. Maybe like Yahenni, just to have another sack outlet.
A good tutor with Protean Hulk. Yeah, you're just spoiling him.
A nice clean, yeah, Protean Hulk tutor.
Combo.
Shadow Grange. Look, I know we're not madnessing, but we don't need to madness that card. It's another good reanimate target. And it's removal, which we don't have a ton of. I would say get some more instant speed removal in here if you can.
Yeah, if queues were open and we did get a deck list, we would not need it because you can import with URL. However, don't send them right now because
deck
queue's
is
closed.
Queue's currently closed. Mia, let's get the next deck.
Sure, this one is a 98 permanent Malcolm. 1 second.
Wait, it's not green black?
Yeah, Malcolm Tana. Flood the board with tokens and then cast either Warp World or Primal Surge.
Love it.
Missing a few obvious cards like fetches, but I'm curious as to what you do with it. And yeah. 98 permits. That's interesting.
Cast
it is
one
the best
spell.
place to make your decks.
Moxfield?
Moxfield.
God help you if chat. If there's ever a Moxfield sponsor on the stream, it's over for you. It'll be too seamless. All right. Well, Sarkhan Vol I'm already looking at, but I guess is that really one of the best ways to haste out when you play Primal Surge? It cannot be, right? You've already got Mass Hysteria and Bitter Reunion and Fires of Yavimaya. This seems like an easy get them out of here.
Planeswalkers are pretty fragile too.
Yeah, this one also does it, but again, I just listed at least 3.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see that Emrakul was part of the secret layer drop. That was like super cool, and it definitely needed a reprint. Plus, John Avon, really cool artist.
Did that even help the price of it? I'm curious now.
Oh, it hasn't been sent out yet. That's the thing.
Let's see. Maybe. This feels low. Yeah, so it's down like $20. Let's keep looking. We cut 2 redundant hasters. Deadeye, does that go infinite with anything in this deck right now that I can see? No, but it's just kind of a good card. Dosen says players can only cast spells during their turn. Oh, that's funny. If once your Primal Surge resolves, there's no way to stop anything. Llanowar Mentor. What is this guy doing?
Card creator.
He's making tokens for cheap, I guess?
I guess, but you can only use him once per turn cycle unless you can untap him.
And paying a card for that doesn't feel like I'm getting away with anything. You know, like Loyal Apprentice, that makes one for free.
Do we want Arasta, maybe?
Did you hear that crunch I just made?
Yes, it was awful. Do we want Arasta considering we have Dragon Lair?
Dragon Lair makes them every time.
Yeah.
Maybe the other guy, Tendershoot Dryad's a consideration. Because that'll make 4 per turn.
Do we want any flash creatures considering you do probably want 100 permanents, but interaction might be...
Look, okay. Hear me out. What makes a lot of disposable tokens
Please!
for 0...
Stop doing this
for
to
0
me!
mana. Look at this mana base. It was already made for me.
Stop doing this to me!
2 islands, 2 forests, and nothing else. Literally, I used to have a teamer. I think it was Thrasios, and it was maybe maybe Thrasios and Tago.
Yeah, you think V's gonna be a creature? He's just gonna be Field of the Dead.
That was my Warp World deck, and it had Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead is literally, I'm not even kidding, one of the best Warp World cards.
They're spoiling you even in teamer.
This is what a day. You know, we thought we weren't gonna add Field of the Dead to a green land deck. But we found it. We figured it out.
They say Venser for interaction. I think we could use, if you do want permanents only, though.
Yeah, let's get some
interaction. It might be nice
here.
to have flash creatures or stuff for interaction.
Let's get Druid in here and some interaction.
Well, Field of the Dead a monocolor deck, too? Who does that remind me of?
What, did someone have it in a monocolor deck?
That's what they said.
Well, that sounds like you're intelligent. Anyone who's played Field of the Dead in a monocolor deck is just smart. It's just big brain. Plain and simple. Geneticist or Primal Surge is a little annoying to keep track of. So I applaud your accounting skills. This is a 5 changer, right?
This is a 10 changer.
Oh, we've only cut 3 cards. We should cut cards.
You keep talking about Field of the
I
Dead.
can't stop. All right, so seriously though, I'm cutting this forest, and I'm cutting this island, because now with your newfound snow-covered forest and snow-covered island, you're not stoppable. Perfect Field of the Dead mana base. Impossible not to trigger it every time, and you better believe I'm going to put at least one way to tutor it.
I'm not. Do we like Bitter Reunion?
Yes, because it gives
Okay,
haste.
okay,
It's
okay.
just a special type of card. I don't love green signets. So, I mean, honestly, right? Let's just get rid of them. Pew, pew, pew. Pew. I'll leave Thought Vessel in case you need a gigantic hand for some reason. But, like, yeah, all the classics. Elvish Rejuvenator. You want to know why? Because it finds Field of the Dead.
Stop. There's Clever Impersonator and Phyrexian Metamorph. Do we want Spark Double? Because we want copies.
I think they want... No, this is the useful clones, not the Clone My Commander clones. They can clone anything.
I've used Clever Impersonator on Door. It's been pretty fun.
Avenger's pretty good.
Yes, he'd put Field of the Dead in any color deck.
Look, tell me it doesn't fit in this deck, and I'll tell you that you're wrong.
Yeah, he says, I feel like the snow changes shouldn't count.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Let's see. Oh, the token. That's what I was going to search. Let's see what makes... I think I had Dockside in that deck, and it was a little bit lame. It was like, whatever, you know. Congratulations, you made Dockside good. Rhythm of the Wild.
Do we like Guardian Project?
Rhythm of the
they
Wild
just got
is
or announced a
better way to
reprint
give
too.
haste. This one?
Guardian Project? Yeah.
Yes, Guardian Project is in. Let's just throw out, like, we would want, like, Terror of the Peaks, right? Or maybe something cheaper, Perforos? It's like a win con if you don't have...
There's also the enchantment that does the when it ETBs.
There is, but since we're throwing our entire deck in play, I think going from 0 to 1 is a pretty big jump. Oh, and then maybe... Can we do type permanent? Does that work? No, it doesn't. Is permanent? Yeah. Cool.
I mean, it still helps the price at least a little, right? Yeah, you can type in O make and then O colon token. That's the Oracle text, and you have to do like 1 by 1. But you can just search what you want the card to say in the Oracle.
Yeah, I think in this case you have
it'll...
to search create. Create or just token. Cards that make like a bunch of permanents. Just like willy-nilly just making permanents. Can you think of anything? I think Oko's a good one.
I was just like...
And Kenra's Transformation as well. But
yeah.
I'm not sure if you're carefully...
Is there anything that's more of a permanent than like Smoke Spirit's Aid or something like that, where it's just like willy-nilly, like if you have the mana to spare, just vomit out like 20 things?
Isn't that what I just asked?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Like,
what I'm looking at is, how do we not die? I know that things like Perforos are how we win immediately, but you have some cards in here that when you flip your whole deck over, just kill you. Because like Guardian Project isn't a May. So that's going to draw a card for every creature that enters, but you're going to lose most of your deck. Unless you're hoping to hit Warp World off of Primal Surge and end it. But if Warp World is in like the bottom 10 cards, you might just die.
round of applause for making Dockside good, everyone. He's done
We did it.
Haywire Might?
Haywire Might? That's a good one.
Yeah, if only there was white to work with, considering it would be nice to give some stuff like Lifelink, and it would just be nice in general.
Gilded Goose. That's a funny mana dork. It makes 2 permanents. And it can make more, honestly. That seems good. Plus, you got like Peregrine Token here as for like random
I'll
synergy.
put that down on the maybe list. They said you should make a how to use Scryfall video.
If enough people need to know, I could see it.
Song of Totentans?
Yeah, we can't play any instants or sorceries.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3.
How about Rat Jam?
All right, let me get these 3 cuts first. 3 cuts we need.
Oh wait, Rat Jam is black.
Yeah, Rat Jam is black, and no one knows what that is.
It doesn't.
Oh,
they don't
Chasm
have,
Skulker.
You know what they.
Look, we can't kill it enough for me to feel like those tokens are guaranteed.
How many cuts?
2. Soul Guide Lantern is okay. All creatures have haste. What does this even do? Oh, it investigates. So it represents It represents a lot of permanents. You just keep casting it. This makes a treasure, and then it makes more and more treasures. Feywild. I guess that's pretty good, yeah. Because your commanders can double it up, and you get even more.
Descent into Avernus. Do be making treasures for free?
It do be making treasures for free. It's not wrong.
Let's see, the 1 cost blue merfolk you can sack to counter a spell is cool. Labman seems good. Labman or Jace.
Does this deck have Sokinzan? Ooh, this deck actually probably should have Sokinzan in it.
Yeah, there is a syntax guide. However, if people do want it in video form, because it is a pretty long guide, we could make a video on it.
And maybe you could trim out like a, I don't know, do we have a filter land in here or something? I wouldn't. Yeah, you have a, I'm not the biggest filter land fan. I think when you have perfect mana like this is not needed. There's Battlesphere, Old Gnawbone. Yeah, that's in there. Ancient Copper's like,
Clock Tower?
Clock Tower.
I think they mean Midnight Clock, maybe? To reset the graveyard?
Maybe. I don't know how I feel about that one. Not so sure. Simple stuff like Beetleback Chief. Oh, Jolene. She says that when you attack them, you get a treasure. And then if you give 1 or more treasures, you get another. So every time you attack an opponent,
You get 2?
you just get 2 treasures. But I think she gives you even more because she says that if you would create treasure, guess who makes treasure? Your commander.
Avenger of Zendikar. I think we cut. Yeah, no, he's here.
Oh, you know what would work in this deck?
What? You're at 100. So.
I'm at 100, but I think I might add another one anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we need one more.
Yeah.
I want to add.
And you weren't counting the
Nope,
snow
I'm not.
cupboards
And
stuff,
I need
so
to
we
add
need
1.
3 more.
I was counting that, and we need
Okay.
1 more. I can't think of the card's name, but it's a pirate. It's
Pirate copy, pirate. What you thinking?
It's literally from Lost Caverns, and it's just a pirate that makes a thing. It's Spyglass Siren. It makes 2 permanents, and it's a pirate for Malcolm.
Would you also
so
want
that
the
when
red background for treasures?
maybe so that when you play Malcolm, and you hit with this thing that you played on turn 1 or 2, you get another treasure that just racks up those permanents.
Do they want a Assonant Familiar?
That was our last ad. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
we could add plenty to this cool deck, but we got to cut a card. What do you think would be cuttable?
How much triggers Karuga?
Karuga draws off of your commanders. It draws off of everything here and after.
Okay.
So
It's good. Then.
29,
Yeah,
31.
that's pretty good. Do you like Defense Grid or something?
Defense Grid just supposedly is just supposed to protect you from. It's supposed to protect you from stuff.
Do you like Soul Guide?
I kind of want to cut Guardian Project. I don't know. It feels like you're just going to die if you resolve that. Karuga feels similar, but maybe just keep an eye out for that one. Let's go to the next deck.
Okay. 1 second now. This is a 5-changer. This says it's a Don Andres theft deck. This deck is aimed at being at least a 7 power with no budget restrictions. We're trying to utilize the commander's ability as much as we can.
All right, here's your clickbait title. Stop stealing other people's cards. I'm going to cancel you. That's our next video. We're canceling whoever your username is that I can't see right now. So 5 changes, pirates, theft. That makes sense to me. Can you think of any of your favorite theft cards? You love stealing crap.
I do. I mean, Breach is one of my favorites, and goddamn, what's it called? The black-red one. With the rebound.
Dude, Breach the Multiverse is good in this
Yeah,
deck.
what's the rebound one that I love?
Oh, Fevered Suspicion?
Yeah.
I think we should. Just for Mia, we'll add a 7-drop and an 8-drop in your deck. Now
They're fun, okay?
That'll smooth your curve right out.
Okay, let's add some stuff at the, on the lower end then.
And
Let's
also
make
we
some
gotta
treasures
cut cards too. What does Ghostly Flicker do? Oh, it resets, but that feels a little bit like you have to cast the card that casts their cards, cast their cards, keep their cards, and then you have to have flickering their cards matter. So like, I think I might be off this one. I don't know.
I'm not sure how much I like Memory Plunder. It feels like Debtor's Knell, you know, like it's just like just wait until it...
Well, it casts it right away.
Oh, okay. It's not that then. I thought it was at the beginning of turn, so I was like, oh, geez.
Ashnod's Altar, is that for when we steal their stuff?
Would we want Tempted by the Areek then?
Tempted by the Areek is a good way to steal things.
It's an early way.
And it doesn't cost
10,000.
10 mana. Tempted by... Alright.
Mass Manipulation's a good steal one. It does cost a lot of mana, unfortunately.
It costs like 1 trillion mana. I wouldn't even...
I'm just saying it's a good way to steal stuff.
One. Amulet of Vigor. That's interesting. What is entering tapped for us? Not our lands.
A couple lands. I know Path of Ancestry and...
So like 2 lands, and does he create tapped treasures? Is that what this is? Create 2 tapped treasures.
Okay,
so it's just for him? I don't even think I don't think that's that good. Unless there's a combo with it, I would recommend cutting it. If there's a combo, feel free to correct me, but without that...
Yeah, he says the treasures come in tapped.
Yeah, I would probably just trim that.
What do we think about Prosper?
Prosper. I don't think he's in here.
Yes.
Oh, you recommend cutting him.
Like, what do you think about that?
Whenever you cast a spell from exile. Oh, so like Hostage Taker triggers it, and
Atali.
Lakeville Spectre triggers it, and Atali triggers it. That seems good.
Okay. I didn't know
He's
if there were
honorary
enough triggers.
Honorary boy.
You want, like, Mob Rule?
Oh, what about Rakdos Charm?
Not the biggest
Rakdos Charm's okay. Yeah, Rakdos... You know, I'm going to just...
I'd rather just put more counter magic or something.
Sell myself. How many pirates are in here? We have 19 pirates. I think that's too low for Herald's Horn.
Vanquisher's Banner.
And it's probably too low for Vanquisher's Banner. I love those cards, but I think you need at least 30 creatures of those types to make those really sing.
Yeah. Agent of Treachery.
Are we only adding 7 drops?
That's what chat said.
Let's cut a card. How about that? When a creature you control hits, you draw, and you can cast it from your graveyard. I don't know if we can hit that well. I mean, I guess we have a few flyers up here. I suppose.
Do you want... what was it?
Do we want... What?
I'll tell you later. It has nothing to do with the stream right now.
So. Oh, it was a question for me?
Oh, I didn't have a question for you.
Oh, I thought you said, do you want, and then like you were going to talk about a card.
I got distracted by an email.
It was my grandma. She sent an email saying that she was watching the stream and she loves us, right? But the stream
only if it got 69 likes.
The stream hasn't hit 69 likes yet. She was like kind of disappointed in me, and like that hurt, you know. That hurt.
Not even. She said, "I won't love you until the stream gets 69 likes."
Please do it for my grandma.
No, do it for you because your grandma said she won't love you until then.
Well, she wants to love me. It's just that, you know.
Yeah, she just can't until 69 likes.
Okay, Chaos Wand. I'm gonna cut because we're just gonna add Wand of Wonder, which is better in like every way.
Wand of Wonder's fun.
It's fun, but it's also like can do stuff. I think Chaos Wand ends up being kind of bad. And we still need a card, maybe a card that doesn't cost 4 or more.
Well, what are we looking for? Are we looking for card draw? Are we looking for...
Are there any pirates that they miss that steal things?
Pirate copy?
Black, red. Well, it doesn't steal anything.
Yeah. Not officially steal. It's a steal light.
It's only a steal in flavor. We're trying to like literally take their things so that we get a buff. This is a pirate, but they're not really milling. This can ice down creatures. Really?
Yeah, that does, and we did get to 71 likes, so thank you. I'll text Beezy's grandma and telling her that it's okay to love him now. And that does make it your great-grandma.
Thank God. I was...
Francisco?
The pirate? Or the bird? When one of our pirates you control...
That's what they ask, so. Is 30
It's cool. It just
hard limit on banner and horn. It's not a hard limit, but it's one of those things where they are 3 and 5 mana, so you might not be able to trigger them as much as you would really want.
Yeah, I just don't think they're going to trigger enough. Not a hard rule, but I'm looking for around 30, you know, give or take, but like 25 at least. Because then only 25% of your cards... You know, like a Mana Rock that says 25% of your spells cost 1 less. That's not...
She likes it in writing form. That's all I can say.
Yeah, my grandma does. She likes it in writing. Music's Mastery. Do we have... I'm sure we have Direfleet Daredevil. It seems like the poster here got a lot of the cards. How about you find some prisoners? That's interaction. But it also can just...
Yeah,
steal
Ragavan's
something.
in here.
I think that was a good last ad. And then we can move on.
Okay, this one is a 10 changes.
10 changes? Coming right up. And
This says, hi, here's the link for my Urabrask deck. Thanks for your guys' input. The group I normally play with isn't super high powered and more creature based, so games tend to run a bit longer. I made this with a lot of cards I already had on hand, so I'm interested in ways to improve it.
Can Buzzy remember this is 10 changes?
No.
We'll see. I won't ask a clarifying question, I promise. So they're having trouble with what?
Thank you.
Look, I was excited about remembering something else.
The group I normally play with isn't super high powered and more creature based, so games tend to run a bit longer. I made this with cards I already had on hand, so improve it.
Okay.
Also, how many changes is this, huh?
I think this deck has 99 cards in it. I guess I would recommend adding a land. So I'll
Yeah,
just
this did
run
start
you up
with-
a land. Just so that it's 100.
I don't even need to ask him that. The answer is yes, he wants you to get Field of the Dead.
Look, it's something to work towards, you know? You already got a few non-basics here. I think if you just cut, Valakut and like 15 mountains.
No, that's not even about this deck. Just chat is asking him to tell VZ I totally just bought all the cards he suggested for my deck. Can I also ask him if he wants me to get a Field of the Dead too? I'm like, I don't have to ask him. The answer is yes, he wants you to get Field of the Dead.
If your deck is more than one color, I want you to get Field of the Dead. It's not even a question.
Thank you so much for joining. Renzo? Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
So, all right. This is the Urabrask, stormy type deck. If your games go long, you picked a good commander because if you can flip the Saga, Urabrask is like really hard to beat.
He
I
says,
don't like Hate Mirage.
the only
though.
kind of obvious ad I want to avoid is Aether Flux. I used
Sure.
to run it, but my table got a little tilted, so we pulled it out.
Okay.
And someone says they have arguments against Field of the Dead. And if it's black and white with too many basics, then that means you have to take out more basics for Field of the
that
Dead.
doesn't mean you can't add Field of the Dead. It means you should cut basics. Plain and simple.
Where's Fiery Emancipation? They
Hey, am
ask?
I cut off a little bit? Maybe we can we like monitor, like move this camera a little bit? Here, we can pull up the OBS, right? So we can see live. All right. This is me like hunched over.
Stop being tall. I don't know.
I can't. All right, there we go.
Also, BZ's the one who put the camera there. I just like to argue.
Me is the one who's supposed to be monitoring the stream. How embarrassing. All right.
I don't care if BZ's cut off.
That's true. She doesn't. It's so true. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, they say Fiery Emancipation.
Okay, Smoke Spirit's Aid. We can't reliably kill the creatures or tap the auras for mana, so I'm gonna trim it.
Do we like Grape Shot in here?
Chain Lightning. I'm gonna get rid of Chain Lightning as well. Grape Shot is fine because when you cast it from your graveyard and stuff, you storm off.
How are you going to hit your colors if you have high pips? I need a ton of untapped duels and pingers to get those pips. Field of the Dead will slow the deck
It
down.
depends on the deck, right?
Definitely depends on the deck. I don't run Field of the Dead in a lot of my decks when they're 4 and 5 colors. I don't run it in Traxa. I don't run it in my Door to Nothingness deck.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it in a Traxa door deck that has like 1 and 2 drops to play. And I don't have it in my CDH Corridor where I have like, I need an untapped Bayou.
Yeah,
like literally.
we can't run it in CEDH, so it's too slow.
No, it's like you don't even get to turn 7 on CDH. Or
yeah,
7
turn
land.
7.
What even is that? Faldorn? Faldorn seems like a cut as well. Especially if you're
Are we flipping up coins for Clark?
No, he doesn't flip coins. He
Oh,
casts your spells
yeah.
again. Dang, Magus of the Moon? That's a spiky card. I mean, I get what's going on here. I see. Okay, I swear to God. Now, this doesn't count, but I almost asked if this was a 10 changer, but I remembered that it was.
Price of Progress seems great. Guff rewrites history, which is the mini Chaos Warp for everyone, I think.
Yes, Scuff does rewrite history.
Volt Charge, I think, is not the best.
Well, it proliferates a saga.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I don't know about Thrill possibility. I like the ones that make treasure more.
Do we like March?
Not a whole lot, no. But maybe it's red card draw. Maybe it's so hard to come by. Shenanigans has Dredge.
The audits are doing well. We're chugging along.
Don't
We
love it, not gonna lie.
have a pretty big queue still, but we're having a good time.
Yeah, I think this stream's gonna be a lot more chill, a little more chillaxed than some of the other ones, where it's like go 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 go.
Yeah.
So I'm fine, like taking my time, relaxing. Maybe we'll end a little early. I don't know. Today was a little bit hectic.
We're tired.
Okay, so Chandra does the plus to draw cards. I guess that's what she's here for. Kind of don't like it.
Mm.
This one's great.
Yeah,
That
one's
one.
been really good. I'm not sure how I feel
I'm
about
also
that.
not in on it.
Also, how many mountains do you have?
I mean, once you upgraded that field of the deck, though, you won't have any mountains.
Do you like Wand of Wonder?
Sure, yeah. It's probably okay. Oh, Price Spark is in here. Burning Hands deals 2, but if it's green, it deals 6. I'd hope that we can do better. I'm going to try to do better. Stealing a creature. Grape Shot. 4 damage.
I'm surprised you have Gamble in here, just considering you did mention that your isn't super high powered. I'm not sure what your play group looks like. I was just curious. Do they have Jessica's Will? They ask. Or does it have Treasonous Ogre, Unexpected Windfall?
So what we have Big Score for Treasure Makers.
And Inspiring Tinkering.
And Inspired Tinkering, but I was kind of counting the Rummage ones. If we have Big Score, we probably want Unexpected Windfall. Especially with the copy effects. Especially when we can copy it. The other one is Pirate's Pillage.
Do we want Will's Reversal and stuff for interaction or no?
Seems kind of, this deck seems like it's go go go. And there's a Greaves in it. It's probably fine. As far as dealing damage to our opponents with instants and sorceries, let's get Fiery Inscription in here.
Do you want Jessica's Will?
And let's also get Gutter Snipe.
They said it wasn't super high powered, so I'm curious. Do you want
Jessica's was one of those cards I assume that the maker of this deck knows that they need it, or that it's good.
Young Peasy, maybe, if you're doing a lot of instants and sorceries?
I think we're just burning.
Okay.
And now I think we want to make sure that we have enough instants and sorceries, because currently there's only 29. And I'd almost want every other ad to be one. Unholy Heat is a card that'll be a better burn spell than some of the other ones you were playing.
Yeah, we just want a lot of instants and sorceries right now.
Let's see if there's any red card draw we can do. I've never liked Faithless Looting. Glad you have Valakut Awakening, though. Yeah, when you can copy these things, they're sweet. But when you can't...
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on Jessica's Will just on the grounds of matching the pod's power level. That's fair.
Yeah, just play it by ear. I'm not going to add it here. All right. Let's do what red actually does. Exile, and you can play it.
How about a Tevalt's Trickery if you like interacting on the stack?
Oh my god!
Look, I'm just asking. You don't have to.
Let's just add it. All right. I got to add Field of the Dead like 6 times. We can let you add Tevalt's Trickery.
Tevalt's Trickery is sick.
Sure.
Isn't Mizzix's Mastery red-blue?
I think Light Up the Stage is going to be good. No, it's not.
Okay. Oh, I'm thinking about the one that people always pair with it.
That'll be solid.
Expressive Iteration. There we go.
Our buddy Kuro actually has an Urabrask deck that would do good in this type of power because it's slower. Ignite the Future. Good card draw. And actually... You probably just want some ramp, right? So let's Thought Vessel and Mindstone.
Do you want Felwar Stone?
In a red deck? I mean, I'd rather just play colorless with upside.
Okay.
Yeah, you were missing a little bit of ramp. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is... Oh, Thought Vessel's in here. 6 was good.
You're at 100.
Yeah. Just keep the instants and sorceries up. There's probably a few more you could trade. I'm not even loving the wheels that much. This Keldon Flame Sage could be something else. Maybe Vindictive Flamestoker. I
sent it to you. This one is a 5-changer. And it says, let me know how the deck is, and I'm not opposed to price upgrades, no OG duels.
NN Fan renounces OG duels? Real Feud, and then NN.
You're just going to say OG duel. It's like, which one? Which one do you hate?
Which one have you renounced? Get out of here, Plateau. How many changes was this one? This one there was no stipulation in this.
I did mention.
You did not mention it.
Yes, I did. Nope. I always mention first.
Nope. How many is it?
It's 5.
5. Thank you. Thank you, my totally reasonable co-host who's never mean at all.
I started this saying this is a 5 changer.
Jeez, this deck is good. So we already are like ruinationing people and wildfiring people and boiling people. Oh my god. Dirty stuff. Pretty good choice in basic land too. You know, I would say if you have more duels,
Phyrexian Arena.
something to consider is Field of the Dead.
Please stop.
But I wouldn't consider it right now because you have 33 basics. Let's get the arena out. Good call. And what is this? Jesus, this deck is so mean. It's so
You're
mean.
going fast, and you're
going fast.
punching hard.
And we're not sorry either. That's what I'm saying. We're not sorry.
Like, yeah, you are really not
This
sorry.
makes me think of the like Easter Island head emoji. That's like exactly the emoji I would use to describe this deck. Summerbloom, Farseek, Nature's Lore, 3 visits. You look, eat your vegetables. Don't forget your Sky Shroud claim, all right? You cleaned up your plate, except you left the Sky Shroud claims.
How many changes do you have left?
9. No wait, 4. Because I remember things.
What's Wilderness Reclamation doing in there?
Animus Awakening and Explorer, I think, are a little bit underwhelming. I'd rather just guaranteed get the lands. Yeah, what are we doing with Wilderness Rec? We're untapping, obviously, so that gives us access to Instants, which we barely play any of, and cards with Flash?
Do we have any?
Activated abilities? There's really none here.
Yeah, a lot of these are ETBs.
Maybe you have, maybe you just got lazy with the lands, and there's a bunch of them. That's possible. But I guess right now I'd cut it for sure.
Yeah, Sky Shroud Claim, we're getting Stomping Ground and we're getting Overgrown Tomb, if I had to guess.
Yes, we are just going to get those. Oh my god, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, they sacrifice a non-basic land. Those basics might be real. These are like the real basics because it looks like they're playing the indestructible lands because they're going to blow everything up with Ruination.
That's good. I like that.
Oh my god.
It's fun.
Savage. What about this card? Search for 2 basics or put 2 lands. I think that's pricey. It's like very expensive. I don't think we need it. 3 mana for 2 basics is not worth it, and then like 6 mana for, Sky Shroud Claim. We just put Sky Shroud Claim in. No problemo. Like with Sky Shroud Claim, you just get 2 4. Like if you're gonna wipe the board, you get 2 forests. Otherwise, you got 2 shocks and a triumph. Still works. Spelunking. Oh, Chromatic Lantern. Get out of here. Well, what do you think? Chromatic Lantern with 33 basics.
How many pips?
How many pips?
Like, are we hurting for pips?
I mean, it's trying to cast colored spells like every other commander deck.
There's a lot of green pips in here. I don't know.
I think your ratio's off.
Yeah, like I would do a lot more forests and a lot less mountains and swamps.
Yeah, I'm not gonna count this towards anything, but because we already got our cuts. But I would probably do like this.
If being mean, why no Blood Moon?
Fair question.
Because yeah, that is true. We do run enough of our own basics for it. I think.
I would literally do something like this.
Yeah.
Instead of 11.
Terravor, Oracle of Moldiah, Traverse the Outlands, Open the Way.
Maybe closer to this.
So you're gonna put in like Blood Moon and stuff? How many are we getting? That's the real question. And do we want more mana dorks and stuff? I mean, we do have a lot of land playing, so it might not be.
I mean, like Sakura Tribe Elder, because we cut some of the ramp, so I want to make sure we keep
Contamination. Our friend runs that in his Turgrid deck.
Contamination's dirty. It really is.
Especially if you have World Shaper, all the permanent board wipes just stomp.
This deck is so mean. It doesn't even have Field of the Dead in it.
Yeah. There's a reason.
There is a reason.
You say it like there's not a reason.
But actually, though, I'm not kidding. I'd probably
Please
still play
stop.
Field of the Dead instead.
Stop.
Look, you have 6 basic lands because you have 3 snow, 3 non-snow. You're tutoring up so many basics that presumably you'll get, 4 or 5, and then you just need a shock land and a Field of the Dead, and you got zombies.
Can we move on? Do you want to put in like Contamination or?
Okay, let's put in Blood Moon because we have no friends and we don't need to preserve them. We're going to
Scorched Earth.
We're going to LGSs and only playing with randos. I am not accusing the creator of this deck of anything. I'm just messing around. I think.
Do we want to get Rog Monster?
Probably want some catch-all, like just removal spells, like Assassin's Trophy. And I think I like Soul Shatter a little bit better.
Well, I don't know if people are hurting for other things. Is there anything that could like?
People are hurting for what?
Oh no, I'm just saying like if other things could hurt like a permanent, not just like a creature.
Oh, we got Trophy.
Yeah.
For that. So yeah, this deck is absolutely dirty, and the NN fan renounces OG Duels.
Sent.
Next deck coming in hot. Mia, how's the queue looking?
I mean, we have 5, but one of them is a 50 and one of them is a 20. So I probably am not going to. I will think about starting to accept at the beginning of the 50, depending on how we feel. This is a 5 changer. And this says budget $50 to $100.
Oh wait, I just changed the name of this deck. I meant to copy the other one. Oh, here it is. Okay, well, I guess I just duplicated that deck for no reason.
Hate it here.
Baseball reference and MTG? Get your baseball out of my Magic.
We don't we don't like the sports ball.
This is a Joe Cherry special. Henzie and Umore?
Yeah, it said it in the...
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Inspired by the GOAT Joe Cherries. Okay, fair enough. It does. So it does.
So directly referenced, actually.
I see, yeah. So every single card is a creature. 62 creatures. It's about as many as you could possibly play.
Whoa, Field of the Dead?
Nice. Let's foil that out for you. Free of charge. Free of charge. All right, so our non-blitzable creatures, there's only 18 of them, and everything else is just extremely submissive and blitzable.
Please stop.
Unlikely.
The Master Multiplied is an auto-include in Henzie for sure, they say.
Is it?
CGB was playing that against us. It was like pretty cool, but he was like, yeah, people kill it too fast. I'm not exactly like, we haven't seen this deck fully in action yet.
Okay, the Master, come on. There we go. The legend rule doesn't apply, and triggers abilities you can't... blah, blah, blah. How does that... I guess because they just start scaling? I'm not even a huge fan. We got Gearhulk, we got Duplicate, we got...
Because they don't make you sack it?
Ooh, what does Kaslam do? Whenever it hits a player, flip that many cards and put a creature... So this is just Gishath, now that I'm looking at it. And then when it dies... Oh, when it dies, you just get it back. How about that? This was absolutely inspired by Joe Cherries, by the way. It's just like, I can tell.
Yeah, they said it stops you from sacking your blitz creatures. So that's why Master Multiplied.
Doesn't apply to tokens. Creature tokens. So what, like, but none of our tokens are blitzed. There's no tokens.
Yeah.
I just don't think it works. Scourge of the Throne for extra combats. What is going on? Oh, okay.
So you're attacking, and then you bring what?
I just meant like what is happening in the art.
Oh. Okay.
This art is so bad. I gotta change it. I gotta change that one. Oh, much better. It's a dragon. Cool.
Stop. Do we want?
Sad robots in here. What would I trim? What would I actually trim from this deck? I don't know about Galta. That doesn't seem like something I'm super interested in. Combustible? Where's that one? Oh, yeah. I would probably trim that too. Nikia's funny because it just doubles your mana. Bramble Familiar I'm not sold on either. This is 5 changes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, who else do we have? Oh, Haywire Might. I love Haywire Might, but I actually think you maybe just want a different...
just a different guy?
Do we have Foundation Breaker in here? I don't think so. That's probably what I'd play instead.
So you made 5?
No, that's 4. I just wanted to do this before I forgot about it. Before I inevitably...
Breaker, yeah.
I just added it.
Yeah. Do we like braids?
Do we like braids? We can only sacrifice creatures or lands with it. Oh, Rurikthar is so good in this deck. If Joe doesn't have this in there, I'm going to tell them to put it in. That's so funny. I was just thinking about it. Like, oh, you can never get domed.
They said Void Winnower.
Sheesh. Yeah, we could win
It's
over
cool.
voids.
You can.
Could be one of these, like, 3-mana things. Tribe Elder's cool. Oh, Sylvan Caryatid. I don't love that one. 2-mana dork that doesn't make more than 1 mana. I'm kind of off it. Except if it's an MDFC or it's permanent ramp. These two make more than 1 mana.
Alpha Deathclaw. Is that from the Fallout set?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. When it enters or becomes monstrous, destroy target permanent? Huh. So that's just a better... It's just like a better Gearhulk, assuming you don't care about life. Sure.
Oh, Kessig Cage Breakers. Isn't that like a Joe Cherry
Yeah, I guess Cage Breakers is a Joe Cherry staple. You just start ripping through your deck so much. This is legal. I'm calling Moxfield right now.
I'm getting John and Harry
Put
on
Harry
the
on the
line
phone.
right
That's
now.
That's it. This is literally not legal.
Not yet. Not yet.
Any 4-drops we're missing for this deck? Perforos is cool. Sabertooth's kind of funny. Gonti's like a little bit of value. You know, it's not...
It's not the worst.
It's not crazy. Jaxus, I think it could be cool. Jaxus is like a little bit more explosive stuff for you. Oh, Druid. We got Druid? Yeah, we got Druid. This is a Joe Cherry's deck. Of course we got Druid. Joe knows what's up. Oh, how about Obliterator? We can reduce it by 0.
That is pretty nasty. But and then adds illegal cards to decks draw.
What? Not clickbait.
Not clickbait.
Real story. What about like one of the Blitz elementals? Like would Fury be good in this deck?
I mean, it just went down in price, so.
I think Fury might be sweet.
Really?
I think it works. You could, yeah. It definitely works that you could. I think you can blitz it for free, but I mean it would just die. But you could, because I know you would die and draw a card. That's kind of funny.
Says I just cut Jaxus from the list.
We're not going to add Jaxus. I was just talking about it. We don't need Jaxus here.
Do we want any of the? Do we have like the Kakushos and the?
There is a Kakusho in here.
Sushi and.
There is an Etsushi in here.
What's the other dragon? That dies.
The green one? The green one sucks.
No, not the green one. The other black one that is not Kakusho.
Oh, Junji, it's here.
Okay, go.
What was I just looking at? There was something here. Oh, Body Launderer is a
You want Feldon?
potential. Feldon, sort of like an alternate Henzie. Henrika's cool. Never hated her. You only get 1 trigger though. Kalidas. We just want to get our value and then call it. What about the Muralists? When they die, you search for a dragon.
So it's an
And
instant. And we have how many? 6.
6 dragons in here. I think that's cute.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not great, but it's definitely cute.
That was a $50 to $100 budget, right? That we added, like nothing went over because Fury was a little expensive.
Let's see. I think so. Alpha Deathclaw doesn't really have a price. You can't put a price on that. I'm sure it'll be $2
Yep.
when it comes out.
Yeah, mostly because we literally can't.
You
So,
just can't put a price
This
on
one
it.
is a 5 changer.
A 5 changer. Chat, I'm going to remember it.
Says, hello, kind people of the Nitpicking Nerds. My commander is Wilson. There is a company for sports equipment with that name.
Yeah,
There is another one that's named Spalding. Sadly, that's the best name I came up with. No restrictions. Do your worst. Thanks a lot.
Oh, for the deck name. So, desperate fan struggles with deck name? Huh? Full reveal. Okay, perfect. You think Moxfield's gonna ban this account for clickbait?
No. I'll get John and Harry on the phone right now.
Do you know who I am? Okay. We're gonna make a 10-10 with vigilance for each trample in Ward 2. That seems like a pretty valid strategy.
Pretty sick.
This deck's got a lot of stapley cards in it. And oh, we have Ivy Lane. Whenever I see Ivy Lane, I have to ask, are we going infinite? The answer is yes. We have Scurry Oak, so this is a high-powered type deal.
I mean, my instant thing is I would look for trample and stuff. If we're aside from comboing.
He just has trample.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
We don't need anything.
We have a Shia in here. Are we?
Ooh, Woodland Champion. What are we doing with this guy? He gets counters. Hyrax Tower Scout. Okay. Are these pieces of other combos that I'm missing? Why do we want to untap a creature?
Sovala?
Maybe. If you're here, let us know. I see that there's a lot of elves. Elvish Piper, I'm pretty much going to cut from every deck ever. I don't think that card is very good.
Hey, I was like, building decks when you have 0% of what you're doing is
Same with Bellower.
That's how we all start, right?
Yeah, I'll get rid of Bellower too. Woodfall Primus, that is also infinite with a sack outlet. Do we have a sack outlet? We do not.
Do we want one, though?
I don't know. We got tutors. We got some
there's
legendary
Last March.
stuff. Last March is in here. Okay, I don't know what this guy's doing. I'm going to get rid of him, and I'm going to get rid of this Tower Scout. Please correct me if I'm missing an infinite, but I don't know what it would be.
It's the best way to kill time at work, Eric.
Eric, you're not supposed to be working. You're supposed to be with us.
That is true.
What do? When it dies, you search for an elf. Okay.
So we're searching for probably...
I guess Ivy Lane Denizen?
Yeah.
It's probably an elf, right? Yeah. Oh, Questing Beast. What are you doing, buddy?
We don't love Questing Beast.
Go somewhere else. Deck looks... Oh, we also have the Ashaya combos. This is just like mono green combo central. Okay.
Argothian Elder combines with Ashaya and Sylvala.
Yes, it sure does. Ashaya's got multiple combos.
Yeah, Sylvala, so many combos.
Yes, so many combos. Yeah, that's quality. I mean, there's Croson Restorer. Do you think you're going to hit Threshold? Oh, there's a Cradle in this deck?
Yeah, this is spicy.
Worldly... Oh, Tutors too? Yeah.
Do we want Cord?
Chord of Calling. It seems like a
You're going
no-brainer to
spicy.
me, yeah. I don't know, what are you supposed to do? Not win the game? For sure, Chord, yeah. That's a good one. I want some removies, though. I want Druid. Gotta be able to interact.
There are a couple elf-based things in here. Do you want Okay, you have Rex Age. Do you want
I don't know if this deck is elfy enough for like Wirewood Symbiote. No, there's only 14 elves.
How about the land? Wirewood Lodge? Is it elfy enough for Wirewood Lodge?
It's probably elfy enough for Wirewood Lodge. I'm not gonna count this, but I'll just add it anyway. Something to consider. I mean, your mana base, I don't know if you just kind of hastily threw it for like the audit purposes, because we don't tend to upgrade lands a ton. But if this is what your mana base actually looks like, you have room for like a ton of utility. And MDFCs. They
said Palantir seems slow, maybe replaced with Isan, Layweaver, Song of the Dryads.
You're right, it is slow. And he was always GT too. This deck is like hyper fast.
Yeah. How many changes was this? I know the answer.
Oh, we just added too many. That was chat.
Okay.
That was chat tricking me. Chat, you tricked me.
Do we want Song of the Dryads, and do we want yeah, we have Kenny's transformation probably.
Let's get Kenner's transformation.
Oh, we don't.
Oh, it's in there.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I thought we had.
So you want to add song too?
Yeah, removal, right?
Or you want to just add like Beast Within?
Probably both, right?
Yeah, but we only have 5 ads, and I don't like. Already 2 of them are removal already.
Are there any other tutors like instead of Summoner's Pact, Worldly Chord, and
not so much instead, more like
or in
just
addition
more.
to
Like Eldritch Evolution would be super good for this.
I'm happy
deck.
you're liking it. Yeah, no worries that it's late. these are always available as VODs too.
Yeah,
if you
I'm gonna make
guys
sure to go through and time code everything too. So like, every deck will have a time code that you can skip to.
They said they'll pay up for another 5 if you do want to make the 10 changes.
That's up to you. I think maybe we would just like.
Yeah.
I think we should just get through the queue.
Yeah, we have some big ones coming up.
Yeah.
However, we're open to looking at this another time too.
Totally. Yeah, you can send this version of the deck, and then we'll take it. And you'll know we're hacks if we start cutting the cards that we already added. I just don't think that Court of Calling is very good. You probably
I don't think anyone would ever say that.
You probably don't want Wirewood Lodge.
Where's Wood Elves? They're asking.
That makes me think of where is Utopia Sprawl? I think if we're going as fast as we are, you want Utopia Sprawl, and you also honestly want Wild Growth. Those cards are like so underrated. They're so good.
Yeah.
And then you can get Arbor Elf in here for like extra value.
Okay, next one sent. I just turned my zombie deck into a control deck around the commander. Just make it better to use my commander's ability more often, as when I'm playing I often found that the commander did nothing. Thinking making it control will be better for this commander while still being zombies. No money restrictions. I trust your judgment. I just want to use/abuse the commander's ability more / just make it more consistent.
Cool. So we're gonna be plowing through Scarab God activations. You got the cool one too.
That is a cool one.
Maybe for the sake of chat,
I would like to
knowing what card this even is, I'll put it as a Scarab God. All right, I see a couple like underpowered sort of dudes. You know, this guy can return an on-land permanent. Siren becoming untapped, it makes them discard, but that is just so tough to have happen more than like once, maybe even just once. It's still hard. Champion I don't like because it's just kind of stats, and that's hard to push through. A lot of these like not mana dorks, a lot of these lords that pretty much only give +1/+1, I don't like playing. But the ones that give like, oh, you know, this one gives death touch, and this one says they lose life when they leave. Those are great.
Zombies can go infinite really easily, so.
What's up with this? This isn't a zombie. Target opponent sacrifice. Maybe it was each opponent, but.
I had it in a Madness deck once, but like.
Oh, Liliana's Reaver can go. That's an underpowered zombie as well. See, what I really want is stuff like. We'll start adding Recall. Choose and discard X and then bring back X. Okay.
Yeah, we are only answering questions that have to do with decks submitted. I will.
Or if there's a random question that isn't like.
They were like, can I email it to you? It's like I want to keep that to email only.
Yeah, email we can't answer questions through. I mean, honestly, just ask
you can chat it.
Yeah, Mia's in charge of chat. She'll answer it.
Yeah, I don't want email to be too, I guess, just
this one's a little
jumbled with things that are not deck audits.
And I think Endless Ranks is kind of bad.
We do this once to twice a week. So, like, I know the holiday season's coming up. We might miss 1 or 2 streams because we are actually going to visit friends and such, including Joe Cherry's.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people that are watching will also be missing because they got Christmas stuff to do.
Yeah.
What? 5 ads?
Yes.
Yay, I got it right, I guessed. So I want to really make these impactful. I want to power up your Scarab God ability. I'm going to say verbally that I would play at least 3 more ramp spells, like 2 mana rocks specifically.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like waste your ads on it, but you do need them. You should eat your vegetables. So Commander is
not fun, but they do help you make it consistent.
Yeah, and if you want to activate the Scarab God more, ramping is like a very simple way to do that. So we want Gary? I mean, yeah, I guess you could add Grey Merchant. Look, again, I don't know if this is a card you find enjoyable.
I mean, they said it's a control deck around the commander. Just make it better to use my commander's ability more often as when I'm playing it.
Fleshbag is going to tax the opponent's creatures. I love Undead Butler because it fills your graveyard and it's a 2-for-1.
Training grounds, they're asking?
Oh, yeah. What? I mean, was that in here? I actually just assumed it was in here, but this is like the card to power out more abilities.
Thran Turbine?
I'm just going to read that. I think that's a very similar thing. It says, during your upkeep, you may add up to 2 colorless mana. I'm not going to choose this one, but, you know, I think what I was thinking of.
In a game where I played Necromantic Selection, I recently found out that you can't actually steal commanders with that card.
Why is that?
Yeah, I was like, why do you think that?
Yeah, why is that true? Unless it's like something that the rules committee specifically said.
All this time, I thought state-based actions states you would get priority, but I guess not.
State-based actions.
So
yeah, so your opponents don't get priority while.
You're not targeting anything.
Your opponents don't get priority while necromantic selection resolves.
Because it's
so I don't know
choosing.
what window they would have to put their commander anywhere.
You have to. Yeah, I was like, you have to resolve the entire spell at the same time. Choice does not allow you to get priority.
Yeah, as far as I know, I thought about Hearthstone as well, but I'm not gonna. It is kind of slow. I agree. And again, it's like really just with your commander. So I'll stick to the 1 mana like version. But yeah, as far as I know, you can only put your commander into the command zone when you have when you check state-based actions. And anyone wants to double check, but I'm like 97% sure that you can steal commanders with the selection. I know people fight me on it a lot. So either I am a complete scumbag who's like accidentally angle shooting, or I think it's just a confusing card.
One more?
Maybe. I want to make sure we got the right number.
Yeah, Thran Turbine doesn't count.
6, right. So we need 1 more add. And I just want to make sure it's like an absolute banger zombie, you know? Maybe Stitcher Supplier.
You do like your Stitcher Supplier.
Well, we just want to fuel you so that you can have better... like Undead War Chief is another good one. Cleaver Scab is pretty funny. There's a lot... if you want to go on Scryfall and literally just copy this search, you're going to get a lot of sweet zombies.
I think it's confusing, like how Oubliette just leaves the commander in limbo for a while. Yeah, there's some cards that are just really mean and traps it in, but
yeah, I mean,
and priority is kind of weird too. But
yeah,
choice doesn't let you.
I'm gonna finish this deck, and probably with Ravenous Rotbill. You want to control the board? Oh my god!
I just sent you the next deck.
Yes, we're gonna take a quick break.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
I'm gonna just look up this thing.
I have a question. If I played the card that says exile card until this card leaves the battlefield, would that work on commander? They could put it in. They could put it into the command zone if you're like.
So that's the thing.
Targeting it, but like Mirror of Life trapping, if they shatter the mirror, it's not coming back.
It depends on the card. If you banish your priest to commander, it's up to them. They can put it into the command zone and negate the banisher priest, or they can keep it under banisher priest for as long as banisher priest is there. There's not really a way to exploit that with banisher priest. There's a few ways, like things that you can exploit. So here, I got to read this comment. Backlog Brood says, yes, you do steal a commander with Necromantic Selection, and then, after the spell is finished resolving, state-based actions observe that a commander changed zones, at which point you can put it back into the command zone. Really? But it's not in the graveyard to put anywhere. Can Necromantic Selection steal commanders? If a commander would be exiled from anywhere or put into its owner's hand, graveyard, library, its owner may put it in the command zone instead. Does this help at all? Let's see. Oh, you can steal from a graveyard. That's not what we need, though.
What?
Someone just said that it would check. Like, I don't know how you would put it from the battlefield to the command zone. I didn't think that was even a thing that you could do. New EDH rules. All right, let's see. I just saw something. SBA. So the rule change is a delayed trigger. It is a state-based action. Works like they aren't checked. So selection resolves, puts the commander in the graveyard. While it's still resolving, you can take the commander. You can take the commander because state-based actions haven't been checked yet, so it has not moved. You take the commander, selection finishes resolving, state-based actions are checked, but it isn't in the graveyard anymore, so nothing happens. That's what I would assume is what would happen. This like little snippet here.
Yeah, it's like it's on.
Because it tries to put the commander back, but it's not there to put back.
Because it's already on the battlefield under your control. So I sent you the link.
So there's a few, Jairus, there's a few cards that can do that. Like Mia was mentioning, Mirror of Life trapping.
It's rough.
You would think that they want to keep it trapped under the mirror. Yeah, I would appeal that call. But yeah, the Mirror of Life trapping, it like puts it under, but then the trigger to return it doesn't come until the next creature comes in. So if you kill the life trapping mirror after they exile their commander to it, but before something else comes in, they can't do anything about it, and it's permanently gone.
Yep, that was rough in Battle for Baldur's Gate draft.
There's also like, Rune of the Hidden Realm. There's a trigger to return it, so if you stifle the trigger to return their commander, it's gone forever. Pretty funny. We might have to consult Joe Cherries. Like, I think we could get a Zoom call with Joe Cherries and clarify the necromantic selection, because I'm like pretty sure, but Joe is a little bit better with the rules than me.
We could just like post
or maybe
it
Joe's
on...
just more confident and doesn't ever say that they might be wrong.
We could just post it on community, be like, hey guys, remember that one stream? Well, Joe said it was this. Anyways, have a good one. This is all Knights deck. Want to make it more sweaty and competitive. Are there any infinite Knight combos worth adding?
Infinite.
And this is a 10 changer.
10 changes to make this sweaty. Sidar, Jabari, caught sweating.
Yeah, I think the deal with Q is we're gonna do the 50 change. Tyler, we're gonna get to yours, and I think we might close out after.
Yeah,
that.
we were planning to go to around 7, so that's gonna be perfect.
So yeah, Tyler, we will get to yours if you are still listening.
Okay, let's sort by mana value so I don't lose my mind. Okay. I don't think you're gonna find too many infinites, but we can try to make it sweatier. For sure. We can up that sweat factor for you. I think if we're trying to make things sweaty, you're going to cut any impetus, no matter what it is. Knights charge, sounds fine. Yep. How many knights do we have in the deck?
Do we like Minecraft?
Knights, we have 32, so these two seem fine. Mindcrank must combo with Sir Conrad. There it is. Okay. That's an infinite. It's not infinite, but it's basically infinite. They're going to lose.
D2's Incarnation. Do we like Incarnation? Is it too slow? Is it too...
It feels good. It's it's nice value. There's Moonshaker Cavalry.
Do we want the other technique then?
Well, the other one doesn't reanimate.
I mean, it's not reanimation, but how much ramp do we have really in Esper? So that's what I was thinking. BZ always goes, the copying technique. He goes...
Yeah, duplication technique. I always say that it's color pie break because it's blue's way of getting 2 lands into play untapped. It's explosive vegetation in blue, people. Wake up.
They said it's Psych Rift and stuff, but we don't want to release these ads on, like, staples, because they can just add them.
You want to make it sweaty, but, Oh, another thing I like to see is...
Adeline is sick.
Combos in Sidar, Jabari, EDH Rag. This is, like, usually has some stuff that I forgot. Let's see. Hakan, Stromgold, Scourge. How many of these cards are we playing? We could easily play this one.
And then Phyrexian Altar? Because we're already playing Hakan.
You can cast... As long as you're on the battlefield, you can cast night spells from your graveyard. So if you just keep casting this, what does that do for you? I don't know what this does for you. It just gives infinite ETBs, yeah. So you would need another way. And that's all just the same stuff.
Yeah, they said, we're not going to put a Chromosol in TP because he can add that if he wants, considering they are like pretty stapley cards. Capture of Jinzo for horsemanship, I think, right?
That's just the extra turn spell.
No, extra turn, okay.
Honestly, that is kind of like this level of power, of taking extra turns.
Kindred Discovery, easy.
Kindred Discovery is easy. I'll add it before I forget.
Is there such thing as too much card draw for this deck? Bribery, Voldelian,
Distant Melody, I think we can cut. Wave Knight's already in there. I'm sure he's got all the great, the knights. Which is going to make this hard.
They're like, do you want Roaming Throne? Well, it doesn't... It's not good if he's not on the battlefield because...
It's good if he is when he hits.
Yeah, but like if he's not on the battlefield, we're like,
you're not... Let's just pretend like this isn't there. You copy the reanimate.
Roaming Throne could be good, but also, as we said in a couple videos, it's kind of a win-more card, so...
It feels a little win-more-y. Turn instant or sorcery.
Benthic Biomancer and the Wave Knight equals infinite counters?
Benthic Biomancers and the Wave Knight. It does. Can you stop that? Can you stop? How do you stop? How do you stop the value train?
So you're gonna mill out, or not mill out, but like you'll keep drawing and then.
So as long as you have interaction for your own thing or
Yeah.
a sack outlet.
Then you need a lab man or a Jace.
Oh, right. You could put a Jace or Labman in here.
What about Titan of Litjara? Where's History of Benalia?
I don't even hate this guy. I know he's like... I know he's not a knight, but he does loot. It might be okay. Where's who?
They said History of Benalia and Titan of Litjara.
These sound like expensive cards that are not very sweaty. We draw a card for each other thing and discard a card. Yeah, maybe because it's like a reanimator target. Okay.
And the other one is Raise the Palisade.
Raise the Palisade? Where did that even go? Oh, bounce all non-knights. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Corpse Knight with any Chief Knight and Hacken Loop.
Oh, there is a payoff, yeah. Corpse Knight does pay it off.
Add a Reanimate.
Just a straight up. Yeah, I mean, I think it would be good for you.
Are we just doing the ads first or the cuts?
I don't know. We're doing this out of order.
Okay.
I would get rid of Greaves. That's not a very sweaty card. It's like a card you always cut as you get more powerful. Maybe even Vanquisher's Banner also, just because it's expensive.
Oh, I mean, they are considering down
I do
there.
like this Field of Dead. Let me use the foil version.
Oh my god. I mean, if it's just for Sweat Grand Abolisher, I mean, if you are running combos like they are, it could be nice.
Could be.
Is it a knight?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think it would have shown up on this front page. This is a knight? Okay. Okay, Magic. Oh, this is also a knight. Yeah, that makes tons of sense.
Nice,
that makes
perfect.
like so much sense it hurts. Yeah, I fully understand that. I don't know about this bargaining thing. It's not good with reanimating.
Is Quende in here double up Sidar's triggers and commander damage?
Quende is not. And I don't know if she will be. Knights are tricky. We're trying to make this deck sweatier.
Yeah, I'm happy there is more synergy with them lately, though, because of the pre-con and because of the whole,
Sorry, was it 5 changes?
No,
It's 10.
it's 10.
It's 10. I knew that. Dude, I knew it the whole time. So we have 5. We have to make
Ranger
5
Captain
more.
isn't a knight, but still seems good.
Sorta. We don't have much to
Not,
get.
yeah, I was like, it's not super knight
I think this
synergistic.
card I'd probably cut. I mean, it's tough now because we're really trying to make it. We're really trying to make it more powerful. Like, someone's at our door.
I'll be right back.
Someone's at the door. Whenever a knight dies, you get bonuses. It's like an overrun. Xerex Strobe Knight feels a little low power to me. Oh, I don't really like Ariel either. Since we're in the habit of cutting knights here. Swords, Counterspell. Yeah, these are all like stapley cards. They're all good. Chivalric Alliance I might cut. Anything cool?
It was your white elephant gift,
Oh, nice.
or part of it. All I'm gonna say is it was BZ's white elephant gift, which did not need an instruction manual, but it has an instruction manual on it.
Is it the pillowcases?
Well, I don't know if your friends are watching.
My friends are probably not watching.
No, it's the
And that doesn't even spoil it, so
it's the inserts. It
Ah,
was like,
the-
would you like to know how to unwrap this pillow? I'm like, I can guess pretty well.
okay.
Esper Sentinel, Mystic Remora, Esper. What about the knight that gives your knights indestructible?
It is here. Look, I'm pretty sure they got all the like banger knights. But we do need another. Maybe there's a land we would change. Are there any cool utility lands? This mana base seems kind of perfect. Seems kind of
I don't
perfect.
love
to me.
Arcane Sanctum. I feel like it's a little slow because you can't even fetch it, but
Oh, you know what? That's fair. That could be a sweat upgrade. Is there an MDFC that we like better? Oh,
Seagate?
Glasspool Mimic.
yeah.
I would like that better.
Contested Warzone? I don't even know what that is.
Just get out of here with that suggestion. We're not contested war zoning. That's a land that your opponents can steal.
Oh.
At least I'm pretty sure.
They say it's the best land ever.
I don't think so.
Does anyone have fun ideas for 4 mana Atraxa? I mean, you can fill that in so many ways.
Poison's pretty fun.
Yeah, I like poison, but that's probably not everyone else's. Someone jokingly put energy counters on one of our shorts once, and then there's 1/1s. There's, I guess you could proliferate. Not.
Cavalier of Gales, I don't know. I guess it makes our reanimate stuff better.
Adeline. There's no Adeline. Yeah, Adeline's in here. I feel like that's
pretty
one of
much
the first
every
things.
good clickbait knight is in here. Cavalier of Gales might be one of the only ones that wasn't.
Do we want any like backgrounds or anything?
Probably not.
How about the Undying one?
That doesn't feel spiky to me. That's the part I'm having trouble with.
Like
We're trying to spike this.
Do we want the Urza's Incubator and stuff then? It's in the maybe board. Whoa.
Maybe.
Melinda's not bad, but I don't know how spiky yet again. So
Yeah, maybe we want Urza's Incubator. If you're trying to spike it up like Fierce Guardianship, I guess, you know. It's
do we want more
good.
card draw? Because they don't, like...
I mean, we have Mystic, or we have Ristic. Let's get Mystic.
Do we want,
There's Kindred, there's Teferis, Commander's card selection,
Mana Drain.
Pact of the Serpent, Cavalier.
Do we want more counter magic?
I mean, maybe. I was just saying that you could always throw in Fierce Guardianship. Are there any other cool knights? Is Murderous Rider in here?
I have a Poison Ixal deck, and my friends won't let me play it unless I agree to 15 counters. Even then, I get targeted like crazy. Poison's so much fun. He has Ixal, and I have Atraxa, so we do love Poison here.
I have no problem with it.
Coat of Arms? I feel like Coat of Arms is one of those things where it's a little slow to get down, and then sometimes it helps your opponents more than you'd think.
Right. It's rough sometimes. It really is.
I have it as in like a very nostalgic elf deck because that was one of the first cards in it, but I'm not sure if I'd put it in every Kindred deck. Yeah, I feel like the easiest way is to upgrade the interaction.
Maybe this deck does just want Changeling Outcast. Because you play it on turn 1, right? And it just triggers your draw discard. If this said whenever it attacks, draw discard, it's a little bit better.
Stormcrow?
Decline. How do I decline that suggestion? Yeah, it turns out there's only like 2 good.
Famish Paladin combos with something. I don't know what though.
Famish? Oh, is that the one that like you can cast? I think we're close.
Do we just want an interaction spell?
How about an offer?
Yeah,
an offer you can't
good.
refuse. It's been amazing.
Okay, this is the 20 change one. Or 25 change one.
Right, this is the big one.
Yes.
Strap yourselves in.
More details are in the deck description, trying to make it an efficient token deck, but it's not a completely one-type token deck. Hello.
Toxic Poison player banned from MTG?
And then Deck Audit.
And Deck Audit.
Did you read the description?
Built with leftover cards from Ixal, so it leans heavy into Phyraxian, but wanted to make it a token deck. Would like to keep my Phyraxians, but trying to make it as efficient as possible. Would like to try and keep other tokens. So I'm assuming you're trying to like poison people out, right? Like Phyraxian type bull, Kindred, whatever, is totally doable.
Yeah.
But you can't confuse your deck too much. If you start confusing it, you're not going to be able to do anything. So I see like Oil for poison, Hive, Decree for poison. This Unquestioned Authority is good. None of those other cards really poison at all.
I was like, Doubling Season doesn't put double poison counters on people, but it does make double tokens. So I don't.
We have like a bunch of equipment, which is okay because we're trying to make evasive things. How many Phyraxians
Deck Audits are
in the
closed
deck?
right now. We did do Mycotyrant 10 changer. We made sure of it.
I will triple check.
I was like, I asked you like 4 times about the Mycotyrant.
The Mycotyrant? Oh no, what do we call it? Fungus? Yeah.
And thank you so much for watching the top 23. I appreciate it. Deck Audits are not open right now. Please do not send any.
It was 10, right? For the Myco? Or was it 5?
10, right? Well, let me see.
I thought you told me 5.
Let me write. Mycotyrant was... I was like, I literally just... Every single time that people will send it, I will just put it in archive because it's like I don't want to. Let me try and find how to get to archive.
We'll pull it up.
How about you just work on that?
For now,
one?
I'll keep looking at this poison deck. But well, if we make a mistake, which is pretty much guaranteed one per stream, we will fix it immediately. Okay.
He says it doesn't need to be 25 if it needs 25, or if it doesn't need 25.
We'll see.
No, I was like, you were recorded as a $10 one, which is 5 changes.
Yeah.
I write these as they come down. So.
Right. It should have been 10. I mean.
10. It's a $10, so it's a 5 changer.
Right. So, if the other thing, if we really did like screw it up, just send a screenshot, right, of the super chat or whatever.
Yeah, just send it to my email.
Yeah.
And we'll just fix it.
Boy, this deck just strikes me as very, very confused. There's so much going on.
So it's like
and
a
I
little
think
bit
it
of
also has
everything
102
tokens
cards
plus
in it.
poison.
So I think the first thing I'll do is just free ball cut 2 of these cards. Norn's Annex, I hate that card. I hate it so much. And Heartstone, activated abilities of creatures cost 1 less to activate. Well, how many of those? That doesn't count.
So it's 1 generic mana.
Incubate tokens are not creatures, so that doesn't work. I'm not really seeing. I guess so. There's 1 with Elvish Norn.
Do you have that fancy version?
I hope you have
That's
the serialized
sick.
one. That's awesome. This is another one. Mondrak is the 3rd. All right, I don't have to look at the rest. We're cutting Heartstone.
Yeah, we saw RTR spoilers today. Yeah, we saw them today.
Yikes. Yeah, there sure were cards in that set, huh, guys? All right. I mean, there's just going to be... We're going to, like, put our foot down with what we want this deck to do and then probably just make all the cuts immediately. Because I think once we figure out what we want to do, we'll be able to cut all the stuff that does not fit that game plan. And I figured, Mia, we just want poison, right? Well, so he says he wants to keep the Phyrexians, but trying to make it as efficient as possible, and wants to keep other tokens in the deck.
Bless you. Yeah, we're doing pretty well tonight.
We can try to keep it like tokeny. I mean, I guess you don't have to poison people out, right? You can just say, "This is my 5-mana commander. It makes 3 1/1s, and they happen to have infect or toxic." I think lay down arms in a 3-color deck is not what you want to be.
Yes, queue is closed for the rest of the night.
Yep, we're just finishing up these decks, having a good time. I have never liked Surge of Salvation. That's one of the other cards we've cut the most from our decks.
Like Carrion Call?
Maybe just because it makes 2 tokens with their infect. If you want infect and tokens, I can't think of much more overlap than that. Sword of the Meek.
You don't.
I don't think Sword of the Meek is going to the graveyard, so there's not much utility there. I don't think we have enough Phyrexians for...
Do we want Moon Spear?
No, I think Moon Silver Spear is another one that's just like, for a different deck maybe, but you need to care about angels and equipment. Okay.
Do we like Privileged Position?
It seems like a pretty easily cuttable card, just in general.
Norn's Decree?
Like Unnatural Growth. Do we care how big our tokens are if they all have infect or toxic?
If we need to axe the others on focus on Phyrexian, it's fine, he says.
Well, we're just talking it through. We're not like berating you or anything. I'm just
Yeah. We're just trying to figure out like where this deck kind of wants to fall.
Yeah. Token doublers make sense. This stuff is all fine. I almost don't know how much we need to pump. Like the other thing you could do with Vishgraaz is like turn this into a secret little like flicker deck, because every flicker card you play makes 3 1/1 mites that have toxic 1. I think Elspeth and her friend Elspeth are a little confused. I think this battle is just not what we're...
You don't have Ixal in here?
There is no Ixal in here. I mean, well, he said he was going for more tokens.
Okay.
So we could maybe lean a little Phyrexian, get some tokens in. I mean, yeah, you love Infect. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick, so...
Yeah.
Take a crack at it. Just make sure you're in front of the mic.
This is Abzan. I mean, this is... Let's see. Natural Restoration. Let me just look at my... Let me look at BZ's Ixal deck, and let me look at my Atraxa deck. Sorry for not looking at chat right now. Ixal Infect. So... You have Crawling Chorus. Do you have all the cheap little guys? So you probably want tokens, but if you... I don't know how low to the ground you want this either, but you could always do like the little 1 man. Ooh. How many targets do we have? You don't have that many targets, so that might not be great. This one, there. I found a lot of the times one of the hardest things about poison is the fact that it's hard to start off sometimes, because it's like if people have blockers or something, it might be hard to kind of get through. I'm surprised you don't have I would put in, what's it called? Phyresis Outbreak? I think it was in the pre-con, but it's like a great board wipe for poison because it starts it off, but it also gives -1/-1 for all of the poison counters. Yeah, Teysa might be a good cut considering it is. Well, but creature tokens have Vigi and Lifelink. I think that's where it's going for. But I put in a Phyresis Outbreak, considering if we do want to get the poison started.
Yeah,
it's a good
and
board
it
wipe too.
pumps our boy Vishgraaz.
Do we care Teysa?
Wait, was that the only ad so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we care about Teysa considering we're not doing aristocrat stuff, but it is creature tokens?
Maybe. Vigilance is okay, but they can't block anyway. I was probably just going to try to cut this down to 75 cards first.
Okay.
I guess 76 now. Turtle Wanderer is totally fine, and she makes tokens. That's cool. Bloodletter. I think Bloodletter is not what we want to do because we ideally are going to just poison them out.
Do we have enough for... Oh, no, we definitely have enough for Mom.
Mirkwood Bats, okay. I see triple tokens, counters, though. But poison counters, okay.
Yeah.
Hexproof feels like a slot
I have that in
can
my
be
Ixal deck.
freed up.
Oh, I don't think it's like a super powerful card. It's just synergistic, because
Okay.
Phyresis Outbreak?
Oh, I think if you're poison, it's like super good.
Yeah, no, he said he was trying to not make this as powerful as his other poison deck. And I was thinking, like, well, if you're not super poison, I think it's a good synergistic board wipe, but...
Oh, okay,
we could take it out, though.
So is the poison, like...
A sub-theme?
Secondary? Like, you're going to kill people with poison, right? Or is it just tokens, and this is, like, one of the only Abzan commanders that makes tokens? Is that... Phyrexians are sweet.
Yeah, Phyrexians are awesome.
They're some of the coolest jabronis running around.
Does he have...
that emergence will
sorry.
cut.
I was like,
Just
yeah,
make some
start the
space.
cuts first.
Not a big fan of these, like, one-off protections, and this, too, can go... We'll get some more stuff in there. Norn's Wellspring has disappointed me, also.
I love Blindo, but it is a good stuff only. Or not a good stuff, but it's like a... I mean, it is a good stuff card,
yeah,
right? It's not, like,
not
particularly
really
synergistic.
Not really required.
Do you like Norn's Decree?
Norn's Decree is like a poison maker. Or like it gives them poisoned.
But are we leaning into poison?
It can draw you cards. I have to assume a little bit. No shot. This deck doesn't win without poison. Well, we're cutting too many cards. This deck can't win at all because it's only got 82 cards in it. I hate Sword of Truth and Justice. Everyone will tell you that.
Light and Shadow? What do you think?
Also could probably... Like, it's nice to give evasion to our boy.
Yeah, Sword of Light and Shadow is weird in here, they say.
I'll trim it.
What do you think about Unquestioned Authority? Enchanting one creature?
I like it when you're trying to poison people out, but if we're not trying to do that, I don't like it.
It was leftovers. Wanted to make a token deck, but not sure exactly where I wanted to land them, but yet poison is a main theme. Also wanted to play around with lifelink.
Sure. So I guess if poison's not a main theme, I'll cut Unquestioned Authority.
It says poison is a main theme.
Oh. Oh, I thought I said it wasn't.
And also wanted to play around with lifelink.
Oh, okay. So we're poisoning fools out. We're getting people poisoned to death. They're dead. Counters, I got to get rid of. I mean, even Cathar's Crusade then, because if I know that we're poisoning, we can make a bunch of Phyrexian Mites and we can take them out, and we can win that way. That gives me something to work towards. We can power up the tokens a little bit, but mostly just doubling them and making a bajillion Phyrexian Mites is going to kill people.
Do you want rings in here?
Rings copies the triggered ability. Is that right?
I mean,
whenever you activate an ability. Yeah, let's cut it. It's probably from some of the other cards we cut. Phyrexians. There are 19.
Do we want Greaves?
Well, yeah, you want for Vishgraaz.
Yeah, because
It's
he has
huge.
menace.
But for Greaves, or not Greaves, for Incubator, we have 19. What do you think?
I mean, we're gonna add some in though, right?
Oh, and also 3-color commander
Yeah, not a big fan.
protection. I think you maybe wanted in like a 1 or 2 color deck. So you're not a fan of the Incubator? We'll cut that, and then we need one more cut.
Yeah, I wrote you down as a 5 changer for the Mycotyrant. If that is incorrect, can you send us a screenshot of the payment that was $20? It's $20 for 10 changes and $10 for 5 changes.
Right, yeah, so just send us the screenshot if we're...
And we will just go back and change it if that's correct.
Yeah, I have it pulled up on the side just in case. All right. So first thing I want to know is there...
Yeah, they want to make tons of mites. Second Harvest, Riz the Redeemed seems good.
Yeah, let's see if there's any
Moonshaker.
mites that we're forgetting. Start with the mites.
If Infect is the win con, why Mirkwood Bats? Just value, I think, but
Fair
we
question.
could definitely cut it
No,
for a
it's
poison count.
Pretty fair.
Yeah.
Pretty fair question. You know what? Let's just bring back Urz's Incubator and get rid of the bats. I think I like them a little bit more than bats. Okay. Mirex. Is Mirex in this deck? It is not. And Mirex is actually going up in price. I don't know why, but it is. This deck was low on lands, so I guess we'll just add it.
Is there any land that gives like pro creatures or anything?
Like a Rogue's Passage, perhaps?
Yeah. You want a Karn's Bastion?
Yeah, but after that, I'd be hesitant to do any
Any
more
more colorless?
colorless lands.
How about something with trample?
What do you mean?
Like a land that gives trample? So.
Well, all our stupid guys are 1/1s.
Oh yeah.
We're
Well,
just gonna
I was
swarm- we're gonna
I was
swarm
thinking
'em.
more for like the commander, but yeah, standard makes Mirex go up. Champion of Lambholt.
I think Basilica Shepherd. I want to make... So the first thing I'm doing, because I can only focus on one thing at once, is I'm going to be making mites. I want to see if there's anything we missed that makes mites. This feels like...
That's
if
a
we're
mite
playing-
maker.
If we're playing Ixal or Vishgraaz, we're going to play Basilica Shepherd. Let's also look at... We have Crawling Chorus already. We got these... All 3 of these doofuses. Indoctrination Attendant. Yep.
Mycosynth Guard is a good land here.
Wow, turns out those are pretty much the only ones that make
What would
mites.
we copy artifact-wise, though, with Mycosynth Garden?
Well, nothing anymore. We got rid of them all. There was a bunch of stuff. That's probably a different
Spirit
deck.
Mantle?
It's an option. What do you want to focus on next? Now that we've added mites, do you want to add other...
Thirsting Roots? The perfect MDFC?
Well, now that we've added mites, what's the next thing you think we should focus on?
Maybe proliferation and making sure that these mites can actually hit, like, pro creatures and stuff.
Well, we can't give... There's no point giving them to individual mites, like using auras on
Yeah,
one
I'm
mite.
not thinking individual mites.
Oh, I thought you were... Yeah.
I was thinking if there was, like, an overarching...
Like
yeah,
your-
I feel like this deck needs a lot more ramp considering the commander CMC, so...
True. And there's not really much in here to begin with. So let's add the Holy Trinity. 3 visits, Nature's Lore, and Skyshroud Claim, which has to help a little.
Yeah. Are you putting in Thirsting Roots?
I'll put in the honorary MDFC Thirsting.
I was like, you know how many times I've heard him say it's an MDFC?
I'm focusing on a lot. There's a lot going on. All right. So unfortunately, that's pretty much all the mites we can make. What about Token and Infect? Because those are honorary mites.
Yeah.
The only one we're missing is Trigon of Infestation, and holy crap, is this card
It's
slow.
not good. Do you want removal like Vraska's Fall?
I would think so, yeah. Let's
Do
get
you want
Vraska's Fall
Staff
in
of Completion?
there. Ooh, I do love me a Staff of Completion.
Do they have Goliath Hatchery in here?
Oh, that's tokens. Goliath Hatchery does make tokens, and they have Toxic. Sick. I should probably search token with Toxic and not just mites. There's other tokens that have Toxic.
No, there's only mites.
Disagree. All right, let's see. Ooh, what does this do? Whenever the non-token creature control dies, you can pay 2 life.
That's pretty cool.
We could even do that to our commander. We
Very cool.
exile it. State-based action trigger, or our check, we put it back into the command zone, and then we get another one. Okay. Even this thing makes a 3/3 that has Toxic 1. What's it
And it
called?
has flashback if they have.
Yeah. Wow.
They
Okay.
say Triumph of the Hordes is a flavor win con.
We are really.
What do you think about that?
If Triumph is too salty, let's take the other one.
Well, I never said it was too salty.
No, I'm saying
Oh,
it
but
might be
it might
so
be
like,
too
what does it
powerful
say?
for his decks.
Blocked. It's like the fair version. It's the. You know the +2/+2. What is that called?
Oh, Azuri's it's not Azuri's, right?
Creatures, poison,
Is it?
noxious assault.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, this will like. You probably don't have this in your other infect deck. You probably just have the one that gives
Yeah.
+1 infect.
It's for the first people who send super chats of $10 or more, and then we get added to a queue, and we'll close the queue and then tell everyone. That's how we choose.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Do we want something that gives invasion, like all creatures have flying, or all creatures have
That would be nice. I don't think it exists.
like a Moonshaker but cheaper or something?
So maybe just creatures, game. There's a Chrome as well, I guess. Flawless maneuver, veto.
I mean, because he did say he was playing around with lifelink.
I mean, there's Whip of Erebos. I'm not sure what we're doing with lifelink.
I mean, maybe he just wants to sustain. Once you have poison, you do get a big
Target.
target on your
Yeah.
head. So
You will be targeted. Pretty hardcore. I mean,
maybe some life
I don't want to
gain.
forget. Let's get Source of Plowshares in here. And maybe also a Windgrace's Judgment, just to have a catch-all.
Hi, Miso.
Oh, Miso, he was asleep the
What a
entire
stinky
stream.
boy.
Look at this little man.
Hello, Stinky.
Hey, buddy. Welcome aboard, you smelly idiot.
Don't be mean to him. He's in the 3rd grade.
Yeah, he is.
You're so cute. We love you so much. How much stuff has Death Touch? I was thinking
Ooh,
about.
how about this one?
I was thinking about Finn, but I wasn't sure if we had any. Yeah. Well, we're not going to add Soul Ring, considering it's like if people.
I think
Soul
it's a known
Ring's-
quantity,
yeah.
right?
Soul Ring is good. We're not going to. If someone's paying us to add things, we're not going to. We're going to try not to add things that are like generically good. Like.
Unless they say, make my deck better, make it sweatier, then I'll add Soul Ring if it's not in it.
Do you want
Hi, buddy. Hi, little friend.
What's the most mana you could spend? Because I was thinking of Deathrite, not Deathrite. Culling ritual, but all of your stuff would get swept up. So
Yeah.
like, where's the most we could throw into that
The most what?
mana? Like how many X spells do we have? So if we did a culling ritual, like
Oh,
what's the best we could get
Pretty
out
much
of it?
just more mites, which is kind of pointless. Or, I guess, reanimate something, which is not the best. So, not much.
Okay.
I mean, we could untap Staff of Completion a
yeah.
couple
Do
times.
we want Riz the Redeemed because they say it's a second harvest? On
No,
the
that,
stick.
and I just added Second Harvest, yeah, so I think Risk the Redeem would be good. Hi,
Look at
Miso.
Sundering Growth.
Sundering Ooh, whoever said that, nice. That's the removal spell that populates. It's totally perfect. I kind of like low key. Maybe we'll, because I think there was Heroic Intervention. Let's try Eerie Interlude instead. We can use it proactively to flicker Vishgraaz and make more mites, or we can use it defensively to save our non-tokens and then get more mites after
Yeah.
a wipe.
Follow the clutch. Also, Miri Weatherlight Duelist.
Oh, that shuts down blockers real good. Nice. Nice. We got ramp, we got removal, we got... Maybe we're missing a little card draw. Maybe we want Pact of the Serpent.
You're so stinky. I love him so much. I'm gonna show Miso Cam.
Yeah, let's get Miso Cam. Hi,
And
little
I'll angle Miso Cam.
Let me make sure we can see it.
When it's flickering, your commander
Aw.
is going to be flickering,
Look at this little...
so you can make more little guys.
Right. It's hard to make Phyrexian mites and Phyrexian tokens in general, so putting in flicker cards, while slightly narrow, completely do what this deck wants to do. So maybe like Eerie Interlude is maybe one of the only ones I can justify right now. But you could totally put Ephemerate in here, and it'd be cool. Little man. You're such a little man.
He's a guy.
Oh, what a little dude. Okay, we're close. Maybe we just still need some card draw. This looks like a Skull Clamp deck. You're making so many mites.
Skull Clamp is so good. Teleportation Circle is pretty good for that. Well,
Because it kind of stays in
there's
play.
so much Miso hair around.
Miso hair.
Help me.
I'm not even touching him.
Help.
I think Teleportation Circle maybe is like a happy medium. It's not It even works with like Staff of Completion because you can tap it, flicker it, and then tap it again. There's some tech there. We have like one more ad. What would you say?
I mean, do you just want low to the ground poison dudes? Do you want like the death
If we
touch
do,
one, or do you want?
if
like,
we do, we should have added all of them, and it's probably too late.
Yeah.
Maybe just
okay.
Venerated
Rock
Rock Priest, because that's the most
Priest is
poisony
good.
one.
Hey,
Oh, you know what?
stop!
That combos with, not combos literally, but
It's a good.
it combos with Eerie Interlude because it targets all of your creatures. So you target all of your creatures and then basically says, dish out X poison, where X is the number of creatures you control. It's a fireball. I like that. This was a weird deck, but it ended up being
It's
really
cool.
cool. I like the idea of just saying, hey, I'm making some tokens. They just happen to be Phyrexian Mites.
I sent you the last one.
Ooh, the final one.
Mono blue artifact deck that aims to turn permanents into artifacts and steal them with Memnarch. I choose retro borders when available, just for flavor.
Miso, come on, buddy.
Goodbye.
Least friendly deck ever.
Bye. Leave.
Easy Rage quits.
Leave.
Mia cries.
Please leave. Hey,
He's fine.
he's sniffing your water.
I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, there's just clumps of.
I haven't even been touching the man.
He's disgusting.
leaking
He's a
hair.
disgusting little man.
Okay, okay. For the old school borders, yeah.
Commander Memnarch.
All right,
That's
so I
funny.
think there was actually a way to search old school borders. So let's see. Is fart.
No. No.
Well, it comes up, but I'm not getting anything old borders. The filter must be broken. We'll talk to the guys at Moxfield.
That's
Get them
Skyfall.
to fix that fart filter. Okay, so this is like an old school, you know. Oh my God, this I gotta respect this though. That is like.
That's the hustle. We like
Do you
it.
only want old bordered cards? Can we actually search that? Usually, if you just search what you want,
It
is old. You literally just search "is old." That's amazing.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
Emery, I don't know. Yeah, there's Crusty Emery, right?
I think we have access to Crusty Emery. Let's see if it's even in the deck. It is not. Oh, was this a 10 changes? 5
This
changes.
is a 5 changer.
5 changes. Let's get our 5 cuts out of the way.
Yeah. It's like this
Because I don't want to forget. Target creature becomes an artifact. Yep,
Rootborn
that's pretty
Defense is
good.
a good way to protect the board that has synergy.
True. It's true. Consider that,
It's a
Jarrus.
Crusty, though.
No, Jarrus for the last deck.
Oh, okay.
Consider that one, too.
Oh, okay.
Counter target spell unless the controller pays 3. I gotta cut that. That's very low impact. Same with Miscalc. As cool as it is, as crusty as it is, it's just like you're never gonna counter anything. Twiddle. Okay. Mia, cut one of these crusty cards.
What the hell is Soul Grail?
That's gotta be it. And Eye of Ramos. This deck has so much mana already. You don't really need more than, you know, what you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I was like, you're good for
9,
fixing.
10, 11 rocks. Yeah. Okay. Oh God, Soul Devi Excavation. One of the crustiest lands of all time. What does this do? You make play it, and enchanted creature is Shroud. Oh God. You put a counter on it. It's hard to read these. Whenever it's put into a graveyard. I think that's a little slow.
Cool. That's 5.
So let's... Emery was one of the ones we wanted.
Yeah, but make sure it's Crusty.
Now look, I don't normally do this, but I will make sure it's crusty for you.
Yeah,
I
that's,
usually do the opposite.
that's too nicely. There we... No, that was
Oh, I passed it?
Where's the Commander? Stop scrolling.
Oh, it is right there. Sorry. There she is. Emery, straight out of 2001. Sad Robot?
They have Cycross,
They
but
do.
Crusty?
I think they crustified it for it's literally from Ravnica Remastered.
Is Cage Sun in there? I love the crust. I can't help it. To each their own.
No, it's okay.
Us not buying them means they're lower priced for you.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I just don't want lands. There we go. Much better. I mean, do you have just like legit counterspell in here? Oh, you do. Okay.
You have Arcane Denial?
Yeah, Arcane Denial is really good. I like it better than counterspell. And it comes in It comes in crust. Oh, they knew. Moxfield knew. This is the best website ever made.
They said Unctus Grand Meta combos.
Oh, Unctus, yeah, but I don't know if he's crusty.
I don't think that's. I think he said he just prefers it crusty. I don't think he like. I don't think that was the.
Let's see.
He says I choose retro borders whenever available for this deck just for flavor. It's not only
Got it. Well, Unctus is.
We can look. We can choose the one.
No, we don't have a lot of creatures in this deck. Get Unctus out of here. It seems like we're just spamming Memnarch. You know, so maybe Training Grounds would be good. Because that reduces his... Yeah, I mean, Training Grounds really saves a lot of the, like, hassle.
Can you please send a screenshot of the $20 payment for the 10 change of Mycotyrant?
Yeah, we just have it written down as the other one, so we just need to see a screenshot. Just send it to Mia's email. That's how we can confirm it. Let's see. Ooh, Crusty Preordain. Nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not able to go back into chat more than like 50 messages, so I'm not able to see how many people...
Yeah, it won't let us really
until I like see the VOD. We could always email you back if it is.
Well, let's see. Can I
well,
do
here.
This? Maybe we can just take a second to do it here.
No,
yeah,
it won't let us after a certain point. So I can always do it later.
Here we go. Does this just let us see everything?
No.
Oh, weird. Why is it?
This thing just sucks.
Yeah, this is like not
so
great.
We can look back on the VOD later, but unfortunately I can't search it now unless you send me a actual screenshot of your payment.
We can also look on the VOD. Like, if you don't have to send a screenshot, we'll look at the VOD. If
it messed up, we will just add 5 more changes and tell you them.
Oh no, I was gonna say we'll just put you on the top of the next stream.
Okay.
It'll just be the first deck to do 5 more changes to. That feels fair. I like this art a lot because it just looks so... It looks like it belongs on a crusty version. Yeah, Training Grounds is silly for this deck. You know what's probably also good is Master Transmuter.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I think this card is kind of just really good. It kind of has hexproof because you could just use it, do it on its own ability on itself. It can flicker whatever artifact it is, so it kind of does that for Memnarch too. It's just a pretty sick card. Maybe to add some extra card draw, you throw in a Factor Fiction, which does have a crusty printing. And now I'm no expert, but this might put us 5 for 5 on crust.
Are you an expert?
Where's the crustiest version? Here we go.
That's the Magic Online theme
No!
decks. Pick a real printing.
I'm sorry. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
So we added, let's see. We just have to do a crust check. Oh wait, those are the cuts.
Yeah.
Fact that...
Well, Unctus,
5.
did you add a...
There should be a 6th one. Yes.
1, 2...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 6 cuts. So there would be 6 adds.
Okay.
Emery, Arcane, Training, Master, Fact. Yes. Okay. So I think that definitely wraps up this Memnarch deck. Cool. You want to wrap up the stream? I mean,
yeah.
That guy knows that
if
there's a mistake, we'll totally rectify for the next stream.
I've said it 3 times, so yeah.
That's all we can do. I'd say our clickbait was flowing, and I don't know. You got any messages you want to leave them with?
Well, you want...
No, this isn't a regular video.
I was like, why do you always like throw the tip to me?
Because I never think of it. I have no creativity.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, thanks for everybody for
yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, just hang in there.
But yeah, we did enjoy the crust, by the way.
We got another
stream. It was
stream.
Funny.
Another stream coming up Thursday. We might shake it up for that one.
Sure.
Stay tuned. Oh yeah, sorry. I don't ever know how to end these. So Mia's going to do it, and I'm going to say bye.